Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die. Know that they...
Aloha, everybody. I just wanted to get that message out there, Logic. It won't hurt you. Promise.
Hello, 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 Mr. Steve.
How's it going, Ronnie? Good to see you, man.
Right, man. Good to see you, brother.
And everyone in chat.
Read what Camel Carl wrote there.
Gateway Punter reported this morning will be stepping down due to health issues. What health issues? That guy? No way. He can ride bicycles. He can walk on stages. He can read teleprompters.
He can even walk on the sand on the beach. I mean, you know.
Yeah, he can even wipe his own butt.
Yeah, well, he says he can. I don't know if I believe that or not. But, there's more I could add to that. And I know Carl could too, but can't do it here. That's a good story, though. Thank you, Carl.
I came across this. I don't know why that just reminded me of this, but I came across this.
And hello to everybody in chat, by the way.
Video. Oh yeah, hello everybody. We got a whole bunch. We got Silver Girl, Angelique 29, Kiss Off, Mr. B, William Gramer. You know what, William Gramer? It's gonna be a good show. Yeah.
Oh, great show.
It's gonna be a great show.
That's right. Absolutely great.
Who else we got? Miss Luck 1975, Aloha. Mama Patriot. Who else? Barefoot and AK, Aloha. How have you been? Good to see you. Camel Carl. Steve-O.
Steve-O. And Mr. B.
Mr. B. The one and only Mr. B.
He ain't no Elvis, but that boy can sing. I'm here to tell you, that boy can sing. He is. He sounds like Elvis, but he ain't Elvis. I'm beginning to wonder if Elvis is still here and acting like he's Mr. B. What do you think?
A poser? Might be a poser?
Yeah. He could really be Elvis, is what I'm saying, you know? And acting like he's Mr. B.
Some say that, Elvis is still alive.
Yes. Well, and they say that Pastor Bob, whatever his name is really Elvis. I used to think that, and they do look a hell of a lot alike, and voice sounds exactly the same. But then Mr. B sounds exactly like Elvis too, when he's singing anyway. So I'm just saying,
or Elvis sounds a lot like Mr. B.
One or the other. Exactly, one or the other. We'll just have to start trying to figure that out, won't we? Do some deep research on it. What life? What's good, brother? X is in the house.
But yeah, I came across this video the other day, and I'm not subscribed to him. I don't know the channel or anything, but the title caught my eye, and it's a 22-minute video, so it's a little long, but I only watched like 5 minutes of it, or listened to 5 minutes of it. But that 5 minutes I did listen to, I was like, wow, this is pretty good. And it's titled "An Open Letter to Woke youth.
Oh, really?
And it's pretty interesting.
Well,
I
where's
don't
it
know.
at?
I was thinking maybe in a little bit we could play some of it or a little
Hell
bit,
yeah.
and then take a break and then talk and then play a little more because I don't know how that works with like playing the whole thing through and.
Oh, that sounds like a damn good idea to me. Right on, bro. Right on.
And I only listened to maybe 5 minutes of it, but what I did hear, I was like, this is pretty good. Good, like X Boot said, common sense. Like this open letter was straight truth, and it's on the YouTubes. And if that didn't get taken down, then it should be okay to play, right?
You'd think so. But then again, Silver Girl sent me a video of something to watch here just a few days ago. And before I could get to it to play it, they took it down. Before
Oh, really?
I went there to play it and it had already been taken down. I don't know how long they'd been from the time she'd seen it till then. But I mean, man, they took it down pretty darn quickly. But yeah, that
Hey, Queen
Pastor
B.
Bob, beautiful Queen is here. Welcome, Queen. But that Pastor Bob, he's on YouTube too. And I'm telling you, the dude looks exactly like Elvis. And I don't know if it's his brother, his cousin, his uncle, or what, man, but they definitely, he says he's Elvis. Or at least he was. I don't know if he's still saying that or not, but he was saying that he is Elvis. I have absolutely no idea. Huh?
Could be. You never know.
Yeah, he could be. Well, you know, Elvis was a very religious guy. And so let's say he possibly didn't die. It'd be a perfect job for him to go into, don't you think?
Yeah.
Being a pastor. Wish I could remember his name, Pastor Bob. Damn, I can't think of his name now. Let's see if I can find it on Facebook. Because now I got myself curious.
I'm curious too.
I know it's Pastor Bob something. Let me see here. Goes that direction. Let's see here.
Oh, nice. Sunny skies and 70. That's like a perfect day right there.
Well, there's sunny skies and hotter than hell here. Let's see. I think his last name starts with an M, but I wouldn't swear to that. That was Pastor Bob. I used to get stuff from him all the time on Facebook, but I'm not seeing anything right now. You know what? A long time ago, they sent me this deal and asked if I wanted to join the church, his church. And I thought, well, why not? So I joined it, filled the application out. You literally had to fill out an application. And then they check, I don't know what they do, but they check you out however they do it. Bob Joyce, that's his name, Bob Joyce. Thank you to that person that told me.
Let's say you got to fill out an application or a.
Yeah, I had to fill out an application on Facebook to join his church, and I was actually amazed when they let me in. I thought, boy, they didn't do a very good job investigating there.
Hey, Ray Pierce, aloha. Hey, Latina and Kelly, aloha. How have you been?
Yep.
Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Ray Pierce.
Latina and Ray.
Yeah, Ray, I was playing my NFX song for my countdown in the opening. You can kick rocks all day. He was talking about that yesterday on his live, so had to bring it up.
Of course. Mr. Business, love the one with him and impersonator. Love the one with him and Elvis impersonator in the bar singing together. With who though? Who was the guy with the impersonator? Was it Bob Joyce or who was it?
I think he means Bob Joyce and then an Elvis impersonator. I think.
Damn, Kissoff says I'm going to be I'm already a monk.
I like that. White Life. You had to fill out the application. They had to make sure you got good credit.
Well, I wouldn't have passed if that's the case. There wasn't any way they let me in. The boys but the rottenest credit we've ever seen. And that's not much of a stretch either. Why don't you know what?
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Because I'm interested. Because I was going to watch it, the whole thing, and then I'm like, just wait. But we'll see. Can't remember if like the first minute was not. Well, we'll find out. Here we go. That's loud.
A open letter to young woke people. And so, my normal listeners, this isn't exactly for you, but you should take it to heart. You should share it. You should think about it. But this is for young woke people. I think that we should care enough about young woke people and woke people more broadly to tell them the truth. I think it's very important, in fact, to drag woke people out of the false reality they inhabit and back to the truth. So I've written an open letter, and I'm going to actually read that for this episode. So, dear young woke people, I think you'll find what I have to say to you mostly incomprehensible here, but you need to hear it. What you are participating in right now, whether you know it or not, is Western Maoism, like Mao Zedong from China. This is what your schools and universities and influencers are miseducating you, in fact, brainwashing you into. Western Maoism. Maoism with American characteristics. And you need to know about where this goes, because it doesn't go well for you in the end. If your movement loses, you lose. If your movement wins, you lose. In the meantime, you lose yourselves. You are being molded, and that is the word. You are being molded into the Western equivalent of Mao Zedong's infamous Red Guard, which he made use of for just 2 years before destroying them. He explained clearly that different things are needed at different phases of the revolution, and then, when they're not needed anymore, they're done away with. He needed a youth rebellion to remove his political enemies and to consolidate his power. He needed that until he didn't need it anymore. In 1967, the Red Guard succeeded at defeating Mao's political rival in the CCP, Liu Shaoqi. And within months, Mao declared the movement too far left, too radical, too destabilizing, and he unleashed his People's Liberation Army to put it down. Some died. Most were sent to the countryside to get re-education in labor camps while living in squalor and primitive conditions. That was their reward. Yours will be similar. To get a little bit historical and philosophical, the whole philosophy behind woke is based upon the formulations of G.W.F. Hegel's vision, written down in the early 19th century. He explained how to move history to its intended end. You might call this the right side of history. And that's done through conflict. The recipe is simple. Manufacture the conflict, use the conflict, and move history with the conflict through a kind of social alchemy. You are the agents of that manufactured conflict. Change agents, or historical agents of change. What Hegel said about you, though, is this: history uses people and then discards them. As a movement, woke believes itself to be the movement of history. History is using you to move itself. Once it does, it will discard you. The conflicts of yesterday aren't relevant today, and they won't be needed tomorrow. The agents of history today lose their relevance in the instant they succeed, and history moves on necessarily without you and the conflict you generate. You know how everything in woke philosophy is said to be temporal and spatial, that is, contingent? It's all some matter of time and space in some place. Well, so are you. That's how this philosophy thinks about everything, including you. You are a contingency for the woke Marxist movement. You have your time until you don't. When you become useless or a hindrance to the movement of history, you will be discarded by history. Every Marxist and Hegelian movement in history has proceeded this way, and this one will not be different. I wish you luck with that. In the past, activists like yourselves were seen as useful political prostitutes, and after the revolution, you were lined up against the wall and shot, or deported to labor re-education camps and ground into destruction. Mao explained all of this in 1957.
And see, that's
So
what
if
they
you've
don't
read it,
get.
you probably can't realize that it applies to you because you.
That's what young people today aren't getting, is when they think that, at least I think they think that they're going to bring in this big, beautiful world of socialism and all this crap. But the fact of the matter is, if these people ever do win, I'm talking about the evil ones, if they ever do win, they're going to wipe them all out. And, everybody that don't believe with them, and then use the ones that are left for their robots, slaves, whatever you want to call them.
Well, it's like you said, if your movement loses, you lose. If your movement wins, you lose. Like, you lose either way.
Well, I think they'll win if they lose this war that's going on now, this holy war that's going on now. And I think that's what this is, an absolute holy war that's going on right. Spiritual war, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think it's what it is. So if they lose, maybe they can be taken and somehow get their brain put back on the right track. But without that, man, I mean, they're lost and lost forever. And they may be already.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them already are, yeah.
It's damn sure sad. That's all I know, that our youth were corrupted like this. But they have been, so, we got to try to figure out a way to fix it.
And the sad part is they've been slowly doing this for decades.
Oh, yeah. And, the thing about it is that Mao and Lenin, Stalin were all the same thing. God, how many people did Russia lose after the Bolsheviks took over? 30 million or whatever it was. China lost even more, if I'm not mistaken. Are you, Karen? But man, I'm here to tell you that if they're going to do that in Russia and China, if they can possibly take over here, they're going to do the same damn thing here and all over the world. No doubt about it. These people hate us with an absolute passion. So everybody better get their fighting drawers on and fight this thing while we still don't have to use, the pow-pows.
It's already here, yep. Yep, 5 minutes. And I think this is only, so yeah, everything from here I haven't even heard yet. That's, yep.
You think you're on the right side of history. He separated the world into, quote, the people and enemies. And he detailed how each of these are to be properly dealt with. The enemies are to be hated, silenced, bullied, even beaten and destroyed, sometimes killed. That's mostly your job, though the government will help, just far enough so that it doesn't look tyrannical. The people, on the other hand, are to be handled differently. They're to be re-educated, brainwashed, criticized, struggled, until they hold all and only the right opinions, and never the wrong ones, which is a process that will take their entire lives. It's never done. That's what you've signed up for, thinking yourselves virtuous, thinking you're going to do better, seeking absolution for your good fortune and your privilege, seeking revenge for the iniquities you perceive in your so-called lived experience. Everyone in this system is abused, though, and everyone who participates in it becomes an abuser. You know it, you live it, you give it, and you receive it constantly. Abuse. What you need to understand about the people you've been trained to see as your enemies, you might call them transphobes or racists or fascists or homophobes or whatever else, is that most of these people you think are those things are not those things at all. Yes, there are some out there, but most are not that. You have been trained to hate, allegedly in the name of stopping hate. These people are by and large trying to warn you, not trying to uphold oppression against you. Now, what you need to know about the people in the movement you're supporting, the people, as Mao had it, which includes your friends in the woke movement, is that you are less than disposable to these people. Being contingent barely covers it. The woke movement pretends to care about you, or worse, people who look like you, but it does not care about you. It is using you so its sociopathic fringe can gain power over society, using you as cannon fodder for their unconventional political warfare apparatus. Instead of living your life, growing, learning, preparing a future, building a family, you're doing activism for them. And they will discard you. And I mean it. They will discard you. Why? Because you are worse than contingent. You are worse than disposable. Once they get power, you actually become a problem. You don't just become obsolete as the revolution succeeds, you become a liability to what follows. You're being trained by this movement right now to be a destabilizer. That's what all this disrupt and dismantle stuff is about. You are misled to believe that you're disrupting and dismantling systems of oppression, but you're merely displacing the existing society for one they will seize control over. You're disrupting and dismantling the foundations of your own liberty so that tyrants can rule over not just the people that you have been trained to hate, but over everyone. They need you to destabilize the existing system, but they do not need anyone to destabilize the new system they have planned for us. Their intention is to establish a perfectly stable system with them, and not most of you, on top of it. And people trained and brainwashed to be destabilizers will be a problem in such a system. Mao said that himself. Like I said, he said the handling of the people is different in the different phases of the revolution. First, you encourage and support destabilizers to break down the existing system. Then, when you have power, you crack down on them so that there is total stability under the new standard. He called this standard socialist discipline under democratic centralism. Today, it's called sustainability and inclusion, and it's managed under something called stakeholder capitalism. You are an asset to this movement today and will be a liability to it tomorrow. You will be discarded coldly and, if necessary, violently. Not by your perceived enemies, but by the movement you are actually supporting. Make no mistake, this fate has awaited the change agents of every red revolution in history. Communist defectors have been trying to tell you for decades, longer than most of you have been alive. It's written all over the pages of history of communist and other tyrannical regimes, if you will just read them. It will not be different in anything except method this time. If you, as woke Marxists, win, you surely lose. All but the most sociopathic and sycophantic of you, in which case you have to hollow yourselves out, sell your souls if you even have one left by then, and become a true monster of history. If you don't believe me, let me ask you, do you see any identity politics in China today? Is China woke? Will it go woke? No. They already did that. And that phase of the revolution is over. It is viciously suppressed there, and they laugh at you
Chinese
here in the
people hate
West
it,
and call you.
He's right. But the Chinese people hate that they're like they are. I guarantee you, they want to be. They want to be like we're supposed to be. But
yeah, and that's a good question. Is China woke? Hell no.
The people aren't. I mean, they're awake, not woke, which is a big difference. You know, kind of like a lot of us. You and I are awake, and everybody in the chat's awake, but we're not woke. You know, so for them to say it looks like the Chinese people are woke because they're being controlled by the evil bastards and have been forever. I mean, I'm sure some of them are,
Exactly. That's the movement that they don't realize they're fighting for, to be controlled.
That's right. And you remember what happened in Hong Kong here, what, about a year ago or two, however long it was, when the Chinese were coming in to take over it. I mean, they were waving American flags everywhere and trying to get us to come
Yep.
in and help them, all this stuff.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, we weren't about to help them because, all of our politicians were, in my opinion anyway, or at least the majority of them, are working right along with China. Why would they? I hope I don't say something that gets you in trouble, Steve, but damn, sometimes I can't help it.
You know what's so messed up about that? It's so hard to say anymore, because it's like stuff I got a strike for a year and a half, 2 years ago. Now it's just okay. So it's just like walking on eggshells all the time. It's like, so wait, I couldn't say something then, but now I can say it, but then you can't. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Well, it's like now, I see, what was it they okay? Oh, it's about the election. You can talk about the election now of 2020 and not getting in trouble. From before,
Right.
if you just mentioned it, they'd give you a strike.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like
But you still can't
walking
talk
on
about the C
eggshells.
word. You can talk about the C word, but if you do, you got to talk about it on their terms.
Right.
So I mean, I don't care. On my channel, I say anything and everything. It don't make a shit to me. If it comes to my mind, I say it. But that's my channel. I don't like taking those chances on other people's channels.
Right. Well, that's why I figured it's still up, and it's got to be safe to at least play this. But
How long ago did you find it?
I think it was Thursday or Friday.
Oh yeah, if they didn't like it, they'd have took it down by now. How many subs has this guy got? Or how long has he been on there? One or the other.
250,000 views. Oh, it was 13 days ago, but I found it just like 3 or 4 days ago. They got 146,000.
Oh well, he's not going to be taken down anytime soon. I can almost guarantee you that.
New Discourses. New Discourses is the name of his. Wow, 250,000 views. No shit. Nice. Right, so we're about halfway through.
You a bisoul, white left. They know what you are and how misinformed and misguided you are. Their operatives attempt to stoke these fires and use you because you are strategically useful to their anti-American aims, which you have been brainwashed foolishly into sharing. In China, however, they are openly encouraging patriarchy and masculinity. They're racially ruthless. They stamp out homosexuality. Why? They did their intersectionality already years ago with their red and black identity groups. They got what they wanted out of it, and now they've discarded it and its change agents in favor of the power that they were able to seize. Well, that's your future too. It looks like this. Look at the screen, scan your face, and smile for the government, and don't you dare signal in any way that you think anything that you shouldn't be thinking. Whatever they decide is the right thing to think. You have been falsely convinced that you're the protagonists in a vast morality play called the Arc of History, and that you're bending it toward justice.
Hey, Steve, let me
You're on the
mention
right
something
side
right
of
quick.
history, and that feels good.
I just thought of it. I just want to tell everybody in the chat, and you too, well, you know what I was telling you about before we came on, the HRC thing?
Yep.
Okay, well, I had forgotten. It's on my channel on Rumble. It's Ronnie York 8337 on Rumble, and just skip past maybe the first hour and watch that film if you hadn't already seen it. I mean, even if you don't agree with what it says, I guarantee you it's going to give you something to talk about. So please go watch it. It's on my channel on Rumble, Ronnie York 8337. It's from last
And
night.
I do have Rumble. I never go on there, but I'm going to now to check that out for sure.
Yeah, please do, man. But it was about an hour before I got to it, so just go to the HRC part and then start there. Sorry to keep interrupting.
Dakota Hayes. Oh no, I'm like doing like 10 things at once, so I'm sorry. That's me.
Right up until the boot comes crashing down on
short
your face.
attention span today.
Then they say you'll realize it. You are bending
do
the
every
arc of
day.
history, of course, if we can even indulge such a metaphor, but you're bending it straight into the 21st century gulag, whatever those will look like in our increasingly Black Mirror society. You will be thought reformed or you will be discarded. So what do you want to be? Do you want to be its guard, Agent Smith? Would you like to be its corrupt administrator? Is it worth the sale of your soul? Some of you might aspire to such a demonic station in your lives, but most of you don't. You actually want to do the right thing, and you will be subjected to this instead. Even if you take up this evil ambition,
hang on just one more
don't you
second
know
again,
where
Steve.
it goes?
I'm
Constant
sorry, brother.
paranoia.
Well, it's supposed to be Ronnie York 8337, but it could be Dinkus 72. But I think William just dropped the link right back up there. I don't know if that's it or not. Is that my channel link, William? The next one up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I think that's it. I wouldn't swear to it, but anyway, I'm definitely on there. And it could be Dinkus 70. I don't know what they got it listed as now. They changed it on me, so.
Nope, yeah, that's it. I just clicked on it and it took me to your Rumble.
Okay.
So that's the one.
Thank you, William.
What happened over here?
Thank you, Eddie.
There we go. I pinned that one at the top. So, what the hell's going on? There we go.
They take me down again. I might just stay on Rumble and say the hell with them. I hadn't made up my mind yet. But
that's what's funny to me about ScrewTube is that they basically created their own competition.
They have.
You know?
They definitely have. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And the fact of the matter is, I like being on YouTube more. It's easier and everything, you know. At least it is to me. But once you get used to Rumble, it's not that bad. Which I know how to do it now. I didn't for a while, but I do know how to do it now.
Yeah, well, I remember when Rumble was first starting out, I tried getting into it, and I'm like, what the? And that's why I never really went back. I still have it, but I should start going there more often because.
Yeah, you have to copy
like
and paste.
anything. The more you get used to it, like anything, the more you get used to it, it's like, you know.
You know what? I had to have AC to come on with me about 5 or 6 times to show it to me. I think I've got it down now, but that's getting on Rumble and then hooking it up with YouTube too, which is, boy, believe me, that's a for me anyway. You know, it's a job, but I think I've got it down now.
I've tried and I still haven't figured it out. So, but I think I only have like three subscribers or whatever on Rumble. I never go there. I never put anything on there.
Well, I hadn't either till here lately. Well, I mean, I've had, you know, I hadn't had anything live on there here lately. But if you want to, next time you want to hook one up, Steve, we can work together and try to figure it out for you, brother. I guarantee you, one time with you, you'll probably know exactly how to do it.
Right.
With me, it takes,
if someone can walk me through and I see it, then I'll have it for sure. But
well, let me know when you want to do it, and we'll see if we can't get it figured out.
Yeah, definitely.
You'd be a hell of a lot better off with AC, I'm telling you. But I'll damn sure try.
All right. Well, I've had people like telling me before, but I wasn't on Rumble, and then they're like, "Oh, all you got to do is this, and that," and I'm like, that doesn't do shit for me because by the time I get to Rumble, I'm gonna be like, "What did he say?" You know, like, I have to be actually in the process of doing it.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it. That's how AC's been teaching me. Is he's been, I bring him on the stream with me, through a StreamYard, and that's how we've been doing it. Well, if he'd been telling me how to do it.
That's what I want to start doing, Barefoot, is because I wouldn't mind to start building my Rumble channel either. So, and then
Yeah,
when I do this, I could stream to that also, and at the same time.
you definitely StreamYard both. You don't want to, just do it. I don't even know if you could do it. I guess you probably could, but I ain't ever tried doing it just the YouTube way. But yeah, you definitely go through StreamYard. I probably said YouTube, but YouTube and StreamYard to me are kind of interchangeable,
Right. Oh, me too, Barefoot. I know a few people that they actually stream to YouTube, Rumble, and then there's another one. I can't remember what it
Shit,
is
there's
though.
many of them. You can go on
Right.
Twitter now. What's that other one? There's several of them that you can go to at the same time. If you want to go through all that trouble of hooking it up to all of them, which I don't. I mean, two's more than enough for me.
Yep, that too. I know people that do that. Well, they don't cut off YouTube 30 minutes in, but if they're gonna do like 2 hours, they'll cut off 30 minutes, like an hour and a half. They'll cut off YouTube, and then they're like, "If you want to see the real shit, go over to Rumble, because we're gonna cut the YouTube off."
Well, that's what you have to do to keep them getting tucked down. I mean, that's
Right.
exactly what you have to do. And that's why I'm on Rumble now, because I know it's coming again for me sooner or later. And I just want to be prepared this time.
Hey, as if it's your business. Aloha, brother.
As if, what's up?
Tina and Kelly, yeah, I'll have to shoot, I'll have to open up my Rumble, and I never go on there, but I'll find it. I'll find it before we're done.
Constant fear, constant risk. The Red Guard was utilized to destroy Mao's political enemies in the CCP. And what will you do when they change the specifications of the ideology that you're supposed to support? Perhaps one day they'll decide that trans rights are now too expensive and disruptive for a new system that no longer needs that means of social agitation. What will you do? Resist? Good luck with that, comrade. So if you win, you lose. You have a right to wonder how this happened to you. Why have your generations been co-opted into this horrible situation? Your education, your schools, your entertainment, your universities, your peers tried to make you change agents and global citizens instead of educated adults. If this system wins, you lose because you know too much and are too big of a problem. Your only option will be to sell your soul to it. And you have to ask, how much is that worth to you? And do you think I'm kidding about that, by the way? Mao said, not to have correct political opinions is like not having a soul. That's what's at stake. Think about that and what this is costing you, whether you participate in it or cower against it. Doesn't this ring true, though? That's what you're sacrificing. Every time you tell a lie to fit in, you sell part of your soul. And how many lies have you told to fit in with the critical crowd around you? This corruption of you and your future is happening all around you, but most importantly, in place of your education, which could otherwise protect you from it. You're not getting the education you could be, or perhaps aren't getting a real education at all. You're not learning to be informed, independent adults who can answer questions about reality and navigate it successfully. You're being taught to have to defer at every turn to some kind of bogus expert, even to answer a question like, what is a woman? There are, of course, costs to this, and not just the obvious ones for you and your
Steve,
future.
can you
on a
describe
personal
what a
level.
woman
The
is
thing
for
you
us?
consider your education itself.
Would you please describe what a
That's
woman
me.
is for us?
Dude, that's hilarious how people can't, like, what do you mean no? What do you mean you can't describe, like, a woman's a woman, a man's a man? Women can reproduce and make babies. And
Exactly.
men can't.
Well,
Like,
women,
how is
to
that?
me, the way I would describe it is, if they'd asked me, I would say women have real nice breasts. They're just make them look wonderful. They have a nice shapely butt, and they have a womb that can literally grow a baby or a uterus, however you want to put it there. And then when the time comes, they can actually bear that baby and it become a living, breathing human being. That is a woman, a female woman, a woman, not one of these fake women that y'all or whatever they're doing with them, creating.
Right.
It's disgusting, man. I'm telling you. How would you? Wouldn't you love to be out somewhere on a town? And maybe this has happened to you sometime in the past. I don't know. Wouldn't you love to be a young guy out dating again? You bet on a dance floor, this real pretty chick, you know, you think it's a chick, and you know, kissing and everything, and at the end of the night, you find out she's got junk bigger than yours.
Dancing behind her, and then you go to reach around, and you're like, "Whoa, hold on."
Well, I didn't know you was built so damn good, darling. Oh Lord, that would be something. You know what? I might wind up murdering somebody if that was me. Ooh.
Yeah, or when sitting across the room, and it's kind of like a dim bar, and look real pretty and everything, and then they're winking and smiling, and then they come up and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Hey, the Hapsters. Aloha, good to see you. Oh, it's so weird that this is my good friend Ronnie. My channel is usually all music, but like once every other week, me and Ronnie get together and do a show. So, but the Hapsters, everybody go check out the Hapsters. She's also in Hawaii and has a good channel. And I believe she's going to start doing more karaoke. I think that's what you said on your last live. I'm not sure, but good to see you.
The Hapsters
But
are
come back.
what's happening.
Hapsters are what's happening. But the Hapsters come back tomorrow for sure for Monday night karaoke. I'd love to have you on the panel for the karaoke.
So are they singers or singers? Which one are they?
I think a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay.
A little bit of both, yeah. But she has a lot of good live streams, basically like me and Nina do. You know, the sunsets, and just go around to different places and just, you know, do live streams and check everything out. Hey, thanks, X Bootlicker. Sweet.
Well, are y'all all on the same island?
Yep.
Are you? All right.
Yep. We've never met. I've actually just found her channel on accident like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then I found like, oh yeah, she's on the same island and everything. So
you need to find out exactly where they live. Go over there and sabotage something on their plumbing system so that you can have a reason to go over and fix it and, you know, get to know each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, the Hapsters. I'm also a plumber of 30 years now, so, and I cover the whole island. So if you ever need plumbing, I'm your guy.
Steve's the plumberest plumber that ever plumbed a plumb.
The best damn plumber that ever plumbed a plumb.
And that's plumb true.
Shane, what's up, Shane Phelps? And that's very true. The only ones that can make or create life, men, are just donors. Yep. Hey, Rich GT350R. Good to see you.
And men definitely don't mind donating.
No kidding, right?
And some donating fools.
Donate all day and all night. They could.
You ain't kidding. The only thing is you give out, you know, in between the day and the night part. You know, at least I always did. I'll leave that to somebody else. You know, I'm too old to even think about it anymore.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, it always is signal is always sketchy over there. Yeah, anytime we try to do lives over on that side, we're always like, okay, we might cut out for a minute, but don't go anywhere. We're not ending. It just, and then it would go out for 30 seconds. And
so that's where the it's on the other side of the island from y'all, where it always does that.
On the other, like, what would that be? On the north, on the north side from where I'm at. So
Okay.
I don't want to say what part she's on because I'm not doxing anybody, but yeah, when you're on the north side, the northwest side, kind of, it's yeah, signal really sucks.
I dig.
But all right, so I think we got like 5 minutes left on here. See what else he's.
But simultaneously being degraded in every meaningful sense of the word. It is being corrupted at its most essential level. You are losing your chance to get educated while the thing we call education itself is corrupting itself into its opposite. You are becoming less functional for the world ahead of you, so your education is corrupted, and you're becoming less and less marketable in the future world, whichever system wins. So the credentialing function education serves is also being corrupted. How useful are you going to be in the coming system, whichever one wins, if you are completely uneducated? Not just a destabilizer, but useless. Of course, the perversity of this is that they're not just doing this to you, they've convinced you to demand it for yourself. You have to demand it for justice. And so you do. Whichever system wins, you need to understand that you're getting degrees that are increasingly being seen as liabilities, not assets, in the working world that lies around and ahead of you. If that future is not woke, you're a liability to the future because you've been trained to be a woke destabilizer and learn to focus on social theory instead of gaining a genuine education and real skills. If that future is woke, on the other hand, you're a liability to it because you've been trained to be a destabilizer that the incoming system not only doesn't want but can't abide. And again, they've convinced you to demand this in place of your genuine education. It's sick. You have at most one option, supposing the woke win, and that's to sell out completely, to have nothing authentic left about yourself. The only place you will have a future is inside the most corrupt mega corporate sector that is our new Western Soviet. A council of stakeholders that knows the science of right human relations and holds the keys to sustainable development and a circular economy. If it supports trans rights and reducing emissions today, you will support those things. If it changes its mind tomorrow for the glory of the new system, so will you, or you will be eliminated. Your only path to success inside the system you advocate for is to become a hollow, soulless functionary in a fascistic megacorporate and/or governmental public-private partnership machine. Your only path to success outside of this system is to abandon this activism as soon as possible and start healing yourself psychologically, emotionally, and educationally. Your fate, if the woke system wins, is to be disposed of or hollowed out and used as a functionary of its changing whims, and this should have little appeal to you.
A slave.
It certainly won't bring about justice or satisfaction, and it won't allow you to be a prosperous individual or an individual at all. Your false prosperity will be available in direct proportion to your inauthenticity and corruptibility, the markers of your true utility to the machine you don't seem to realize you're supporting. There's no you on the other side of this. On the other hand, your fate, if the woke system loses, is a hard life that's made easier only by repenting of these errors and working to correct them, and the sooner the better. Already, employers throughout the West increasingly suspect that if you even have a college degree at all, you're probably woke, radically leftist, entitled, unlikely to work hard, likely to create a hostile working environment, underskilled or unskilled, and likely to sue if you're fired even on perfectly solid and reasonable grounds. They have every reason to believe this. That makes you very, very unattractive. If you are woke, they know it's true. You actually are a liability to them, and many of them are only still hiring you today because they have to keep their place in the corrupt corporate scoring schemes that control the way business is done now in the West. So you're either unhirable or hireable only as an asset to satisfy the ESG demands of a sprawling corrupt bureaucracy. Isn't that great? And what happens if it gives way? Who are you? And if you help it succeed and participate in it, what are you? So the question is, why you? Why not somebody else? Why now? Why you? Because you happen to be at the age you are at the worst time in Western history to be the age you are. That's it. Because many of you come from wealth and status and other resources the system covets and requires to succeed. You see, they're not really against privilege in the woke Marxist movement. They actually really like privilege. They just want to seize it and redistribute it and repurpose it to their ends. You are a resource to them. They need those resources. They need your enthusiasm and your zeal. They need your talent. They need your impressionable minds. They need the future citizens and the future leaders of the world. But you must remember, history uses people and then discards them. So they won't need you for long, and they'll only need you for specific purposes. Then you will either be corrected or discarded, unless you choose to come off worse by selling out. So my message to you about the woke Marxist movement is simple. You need to know what you're really involved in. Stop participating, deprogram yourself and your friends, and start fighting for the blessings of liberty that allowed you to have the privilege to think this way in the first place. You can and might lose it. You're the first generations in American history to face the loss of liberty. But if you support the woke movement, you do so by enslaving yourselves. You have been sold a false promise of liberation in place of liberty, and you need to realize that you're being scammed. Liberation movements are lies. Mao called his army, the same one he dispatched to destroy your counterparts in the Red Guard, the People's Liberation Army, and he called it that for a reason. Liberation is a lie. The oldest recorded cautionary tale in human history is the story of the serpent and Eve in the 3rd chapter of Genesis, and it warns about this specifically. It warns humanity about liberation, and you can understand that message whether you are religious or not. Liberation is a destructive lie. We cannot liberate ourselves from the truth or from reality. If you liberate yourself from a free society, you end up in a tyranny. You need to fight for liberty. You think you are in chains, but your chains have been forged by frauds and are locked only in your heads. You are the future. Your choices matter. Choose better.
I didn't say here's anything in it that I disagreed with. I think, the only thing I would add to that, Steve, is that I truly believe that our God is moving in such a way today that this is all going to be changed in the near future. I honestly believe that. If I didn't, I wouldn't even have a show myself. I mean, I wouldn't even have a channel, much less a show. I truly believe that he is moving. That is, even though we don't see 99% of what's going on, that it is happening. That's what's happening with the BRICS nations, the money supply, everything. That's why the thing that Carl put in there a while ago about Joe leaving. I mean, believe me, I've known it was going, and I know everybody here has figured it's going to happen for a while, but I've known it was going to happen for a while, and that it's just part of it. Now watch. I would almost bet that they try to bring in Kamala, but she can't be president because her parents weren't born here. She was born in this country, but her parents weren't. To be president, your parents have to be born in the United States of America. So I think they're going to bring in the asshole from California. That's who I think is going to be the next. At least they're going to try to get him in. But all that, this is my opinion now. I'm just my opinion alone. All of that is going to turn right around and possibly bring in well, now I don't know if I ought to say this part or not, so I won't. But so I'll keep that last part quiet. Thank you, Mima. I appreciate that. He certainly is, Mr. B, no doubt about it. And I think that's exactly who is controlling what's going on. And because, look, if it wasn't for God working in all this, we wouldn't have a snowball's chance in hell of ever getting out of it. I mean, I showed the thing where all the countries and everything submitted to Trump when he was in office: North Korea, China, Russia, India, the Vatican, all that. I've showed it I don't know how many times. And the reason I showed it, number one, is because I love the video. But number two, it's true. It's very true. So you got to ask yourself, why did they submit? How did he get all these countries to submit? Myself,
Right.
I think it was God. Somehow or another, whatever it was, however it was used, God, why else would all these places just say, okay, we give up? I mean, it don't make any sense to me, other than if you use God in it. I don't know. Just something tells me that it's not far off. And I'm not saying that we're not going to have some hard times yet to go through, because I think we will. But, the military moving around the U.S. here a week or two ago, and they're still moving. It's just not as big as it was. But them moving around, and this is all over the U.S. They weren't just moving around for their health. They're getting in position for something.
Exactly. Yes.
Battle of Athens. Well, we put that back up there,
Sorry.
Steve. We, the people, are the ones that let all this happen. Oh, I know we are. Have you heard of the Battle of Athens, Tennessee?
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, me too, because I don't think I have. Seems like I've heard of the Battle of Athens, but I don't know if it's the same one you're talking about or not. But I'll have to check it out. Latina thinks. But we're definitely the ones that let it happen. Well, and here's the thing about the kids that this guy was just talking about. The parents of those kids are the ones that were woke to begin with.
Yep.
And they made their kids even more woke. When you have kids, you're supposed to try to raise them in a godly manner, not a evil manner. And man, I'm
Right.
telling you
Raise
what,
them with morals and knowing the difference from right and wrong. And
absolutely. And believing in the right God. I mean, the God that the other side believes in, of course, is Satan. Where is that going to lead you to once you start believing in Satan? It's going to lead you down one path, and that's the path they're on, the woke path. Forgive me, but I think that's absolutely right. I really don't give a shit who disagrees with it. To me, that's the absolute truth. I know where my God is, and he damn sure don't wear a red suit like Santa Claus. Hint, hint.
right. Let's see. I was just gonna pull this up just for a little bit for the Hapsters, because she said
Right.
she just did a live on the North Shore. I just want to play a little bit because I love the North Shore, and I know exactly where this is. We've actually been there before on our live, me and Nina's live stream.
Salamat. How
It's just
are you?
I love the North Shore.
Tayo guys. Kape tayo guys. Let's eat. Magkape tayo. Oh. Here's coffee break. Bread, so let's eat. I have some scones and something else in there. Coffee.
Here we go. Look at this, how beautiful it is out
Kind of
there.
windy right now. There's even a cat. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty cat. Okay, check out this kitty cat.
Rest.
It's so beautiful out there. I love the North Shore. Love going out there.
I saw something Mr. B said back up here about them handing Trump the sword there in Saudi Arabia. That is oh so true, Mr. B, because what they were doing is when in Saudi Arabia, when that sword have that sword dance, and whoever they hand the sword to is that's who they're pledging allegiance to, their king, more or less. They handed that sword to Trump. All right, and in Japan, at the sumo wrestling thing, at the championship, when it was over with, well, they had this great old big trophy. I don't know exactly how this worked now because, well, Trump had the trophy, then the sumo wrestler had it too. But anyway, that was a signify that Trump was there, whatever they call it in Japan. And in England, when he went over and talked to the Queen, no one's ever supposed to walk in front of the Queen. Trump walked in front of her.
I remember that. Yep.
And Charles, he walked in front of both of them. And no one is supposed to speak to their guard except the king, the queen, or the prince. Trump was talking to them. This big old guard standing about 9 foot tall and had that big old tall hat on. Trump was just having a conversation and a half with him, I don't know if the guy ever answered Trump or not, but Trump was talking to him. So, and it was that way where he went. He goes to the Forbidden City there in China. No white person, no one but Chinese are allowed into the Forbidden City. But Trump was. Why was Trump allowed into the Forbidden City? They don't just do that because, you're a good guy or because they like it. It don't matter. Something was going on. And myself, I know that's where they said, okay, we're in with you. And then, here about 6 months ago, or maybe a little longer, when they had the thing there in Beijing with the army surrounded the capital, the Chinese army surrounded the capital of Beijing. Well, they did that because they were protecting Xi, their president, and maybe a week or two later, however long it was, well, they were sitting in this big old meeting hall, and the guy that's next powerful to President Xi was sitting to his left. Well, then walks their version of, I guess, the FBI, whatever, and arrest the guy right there on TV. Arrest this dude smack on TV and walk him out. So that right there ought to tell everybody a little bit of something. I'm not going to say what because I've probably already gone too far. But I'm just saying, man, it's there if you just look at it and take it in the right light. It is there.
Yep. Steve Cutler live. What's good, brother? Jason Gaudette. Aloha. See, William Gramer. It's going to be a damn good show. There, I think I said it right that time.
Well, you forgot to say,
damn good show.
You got to say this, though.
Yeah.
Got to come from down here. It's hard to do, too. Make your throat hurt.
This is crazy. I found this one and it said they fought the law and the law lost.
So it'll be
this is only 12 minutes. So is it Latine? Thank you for bringing this up because I don't think I know anything about this.
I may not either, but I've been darn sure interested in finding out.
Okay, that's a long beginning.
Between the 1st and 2nd of August, 1946, a fierce battle broke out between the civilians of a small town in Tennessee and members of its corrupt local government. The Battle of Athens, also known as the McMinn County War, took place as citizens consisting of mainly World War II veterans finally stood up to the local officials, who they had accused of police brutality, corruption, and voter intimidation.
Sounds familiar.
10 years earlier, in 1936, a man named Paul Cantrell was elected sheriff of Athens, Tennessee, thanks in large part to the influence of E.H. Boss Crump, who had controlled the majority of Tennessee politics for almost 50 years. Cantrell was re-elected in 1938 and again in 1940. He served in the state senate in 1942 and 1944, while his deputy, Pat Mansfield, was elected sheriff in his absence. In 1941, a state law was enacted that reduced local opposition to members of Crump's organization, including the mayor of Athens. The sheriff and his deputies were paid under a system whereby they would receive a fee for every person they arrested, jailed, and released. Tourists and travelers were the main targets. Buses passing through the county would be pulled over, and passengers
sounds
falsely
familiar,
ticketed
too.
for drunkenness, whether they showed signs of drunkenness or not. Cantrell engaged in election fraud, both by intimidating
Wow, all of
voters
this
that voted
sounds so
against him.
familiar.
People
It
that had
does sound
died
familiar.
were kept on the voter roll,
History
and he
repeats
would allow
itself,
their
right?
ballots to be
Yeah,
counted.
yes. All over the
The
country.
U.S. Department of Justice
Yep.
had investigated McMinn County for election fraud since 1940, but had decided to take no action. The political problems were exacerbated by the politicians encouraging gambling, bootlegging, and other illegal activity. Most of McMinn County's young men were off fighting in the Second World War, allowing the appointment of several ex-convicts as sheriff's deputies. The local
Damn.
county government not only controlled law enforcement, it also controlled newspapers and schools. When asked if the local newspaper, the Daily Post Athenian, supported the GIs, veteran Bill White replied, "No, they didn't help us none. Deputy Mansfield had complete control of everything, schools and everything else. You couldn't even get hired as a school teacher without their okay, or any other job." During the war, 2 servicemen home on leave were shot and killed by Cantrell supporters. Upon hearing of this, local men serving the war told friends they couldn't wait to return home and do something about it. When the GIs did return home, they were often targeted for harassment by the deputies. In the August 1946 election, Paul Cantrell once again ran for sheriff, while Pat Mansfield ran for state senate. After the end of World War II, around 3,000 soldiers returned home to McMinn County. They made up almost 10% of the county's population. Some of these veterans resolved to overturn Cantrell's corrupt regime by fielding non-partisan candidates in local elections. Bill White described the veterans' motivation. There were several beer joints and honky-tonks around Athens. We were pretty wild. We started having trouble with the law enforcement at the time because they started making a habit of picking up GIs and fining them heavily for most anything. They were kind of making a racket out of it. After long, hard years of service, most of us were hardcore veterans of World War II, and we were used to drinking our liquor and our beer without being molested. When these things happened, the GIs got madder. The more GIs they arrested, the more they beat up, the madder we got. The members of the GI Non-Partisan League were careful to ensure that candidates matched the county's demographics, and nominated 3 Republicans and 2 Democrats. Knox Henry, a respected and decorated veteran of the North African campaign, ran for sheriff against Cantrell. On August 1st, polls opened for the county election. Normally, about 15 police would be on duty. This time, however, over 200 armed deputies were on hand. A GI poll watcher asked for a ballot box to be opened to ensure it was empty. Although this was a legal request, he was promptly arrested and taken to jail. In Athens, another man protested irregularities in the election.
Oh, real quick, Mr. B, what time are you going live? I just seen that your comment. If you're still here, but okay, sorry.
And he too was arrested and charged with what he was told was a federal offense. At around 3 p.m. that day, one of the policemen, C.M. Wise, prevented an elderly farmer named Tom Gillespie from casting his ballot at the Athens Waterworks polling station. He struck the farmer with brass knuckles, causing Gillespie to drop his ballot and run from the deputy.
What is that? No visitors? What the hell?
What it says.
That's crazy.
Wise promptly shot Gillespie in the back. In response, the GIs gathered in front of the office of their campaign manager. He had petitioned the governor of Tennessee and the U.S. Attorney General for help in ensuring a lawful election, but his plea went unheard. When the group learned that Sheriff Mansfield had stationed armed guards at all polling stations, they decided to arm themselves. Sheriff Mansfield arrived at the waterworks and declared the polling over. In the ensuing commotion, Wise and another deputy took 2 poll watchers captive. According to separate eyewitness accounts, the 2 eventually escaped by either jumping through a glass window or through a door. Wise followed them and shot at them, causing the gathered crowd to run for cover. Someone in the crowd yelled, "Let's go get our guns," causing the crowd to head for the GI's campaign office. Deputy Chief Bo Dunn took the 2 deputies and the ballot box to the jail. 2 other deputies were dispatched to arrest the 2 escaped poll watchers. They were disarmed by the GIs, as were other deputies on the scene. At the 12th Precinct polling station, another violent incident occurred, again involving the mistreatment of poll watchers. One of Mansfield's men, a man named Minus Wilburn, attempted to let a young woman, who one of the watchers believed was underage, cast her vote. Although she did not have a poll tax receipt and was not on the voter registry, Wilburn wanted to accept her vote. When the poll watcher tried to intervene, Wilburn struck him on the head with a blunt weapon and kicked him in the face. The deputies then arrested the GIs and, as happened at the waterworks, took the ballot box across the street to the jail. In response to the police brutality, Bill White, one of the leaders of the GIs, instructed another member to take some men and break into the nearby National Guard armory to steal weapons. They took the keys from the armory's caretaker and entered the building. They acquired 60 .30-06 Enfield rifles, 2 Thompson submachine guns,
They were serious.
ammunition.
Yeah.
These were then distributed to each of the 60 GIs. As the polls closed and counting began, minus the boxes sitting in the jail, the GI-backed candidates held a 3-1 lead. While the GIs recognized they had broken the law by stealing the weapons, and the fact that Cantrell's reinforcements would arrive in the morning, they decided to act quickly. They took up position on the 2nd floor of a bank across the street from the jail. By 9 p.m., Cantrell, along with Mansfield and George Woods, the Speaker of the State House of Representatives and Secretary of the McMinn County Election Commission, and about 50 deputies were in the jail, rummaging through the confiscated ballot boxes. Woods and Mansfield constituted a majority of the Election Commission, and could therefore certify and validate the count from the jail. Estimates of the number of veterans laying siege to the jail differed, from several hundred to as high as 2,000. The veterans demanded the return of the ballot boxes, but were refused. They then opened fire on the jail, initiating a firefight that lasted several hours, by some accounts. An attempt by deputies outside the jail to reinforce or take refuge in the jail were thwarted.
Oh, that's insane.
You know what? That's
Armed
what
citizens guard town after officers surrender.
That's how it's going to have to be in this country again. The whole country.
That's what needs to happen now. I mean, because I follow a lot of 1A community channels, and I mean, look at like New York especially. They're just literally just gang members and don't give a shit about the law. They're just, it's their ego. They do whatever the fuck they want.
That's basically how it is over the entire country. The blue states are a whole lot worse, but it's basically everywhere. I mean, I bet you I don't know anything about this little town I'm in here right now, but it wouldn't surprise me a bit if they're not every bit as corrupt as, the guys in Dallas. I mean, it just seems to be the way things are. And to get it back, we're going to have to do what these people grew the balls to do, or had them to begin with. And then I love they did that. You know, they finally got their bellies full and went and done something. I
And
hope that
like I was saying earlier, history repeats itself. It needs to for shit like this.
it sure the hell does.
Hey, Latina and Callie, thank you for letting us know about this. I never knew this.
Jail
This is
to reinforce or take refuge in the jail were thwarted by Bill White's band of 60 GIs. Some people in the jail managed to escape through the back door. For the veterans, it was a case of win before morning, or lose and face a very long time in jail. It was rumored that the National Guard and state troopers were on their way. The veterans made frequent demands for the deputies to surrender, and tried to launch Molotov cocktails, but couldn't throw them far enough to reach the jail. Around this time, an ambulance pulled up to the jail. The veterans thought it was there to treat the wounded. Instead, both Cantrell and Mansfield jumped in and were sped away to safety. Feeling frustrated, the veterans decided to deploy dynamite. As with the Molotov cocktails, however, they could not be thrown far enough to impact the jail. Instead, landing on nearby cars, scattering debris near the jail walls. In the end, the door to the jailhouse was dynamited, and the deputies surrendered. The ballot boxes were recovered. The New York Times reported that the night was bloody, and that it ended after the GIs detonated 3 homemade demolition charges. When the GIs entered the jail, they found evidence of ballot tampering by Cantrell's forces. However, after the final tally was complete, Knox Henry was elected sheriff. During the firefight at the jail, rioting had broken out on the streets of Athens, mainly targeting police cars. Many were destroyed. During the riots, the mayor of Athens was away on vacation, and the police were nowhere to be found. The GIs called a meeting on the morning of August 2nd. George Woods, who had escaped the night before, sent a message that he would recognize Knox Henry as the sheriff. The GIs said they would hold control of McMinn County until September 1st, when Henry was due to be sworn in. The recovered ballots recorded a landslide for the 5 GI non-partisan league candidates. The gambling houses that colluded with Cantrell's regime were raided, and their operations ceased. Deputies of the prior administration resigned and were replaced.
Should have been arrested.
Knox Henry defeated Paul Cantrell by 2,175 votes to 1,000.
Is that what he said? I didn't mean to cut it off right when he was saying the amount of votes, but
I'll go back.
Paul Cantrell by 2,000. In the end, Knox Henry defeated Paul Cantrell by 2,175 votes. Operations ceased.
2,175 votes. I mean, that's a pretty good margin for as much cheating as they was doing.
of course my computer's gonna start doing this shit. Let's see.
Well, it could be, YouTube too. Who the hell knows?
Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have freaking paused it. Right at the end too.
Oh, I know X about it. I know. Believe me, I know about LBJ. He, a crook of crooks.
This shit's still buffering. Buffering. Every day I'm buffering. Well, here, ex-bootlicker brought this up earlier, so that's still buffering. Oh. X brought this up at the beginning. He said, 52 years since All in the Family?
Oh, yeah.
And this is their opening tune.
That's the way he said it. Eat it.
Everybody pulled their weight. Wow. So true.
It was. And today you have people wanting a handout, or something. There are lots of people that need hands out. There's a lot that don't that are getting them too. this whole,
Oh yeah. Yep.
the whole thing's been manufactured. That's what's so evil about it. And everything that we see in our lives now is evil because it's all been manufactured. What they're doing is they're creating a reality just like the Matrix. I mean, we're in the Matrix. That's what it is. The Matrix,
yeah.
I think, was a true movie.
Well, just like movies, even back in the 70s and 80s, there's movies that were is like warning people, but then it's like, this is just a movie. But then fast forward 20 years, and it's like, oh, that shit was kind of true, you know.
Exactly right. And I think that's because somewhere in their evil laws, they have to tell us about it, about what they're going to do by, through the movies or whatever. And
Yep.
I need to tell you this if I can figure out a way to do it. Hollywood, the writers and everything have been on strike now for a while. Well, I showed a video a couple nights ago where they're literally taking down the big Hollywood sign that's on the hill out there. They are erecting it. And well, there hadn't been any real movies made for a while now, other than the Sound of Freedom was made 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I heard it was like I think it was 2017. I heard.
Yeah, I think you're right. So all these movies, even with Harrison Ford and all that, those were made using what's that new technology called? It's AI, of course, but it's got a name, and I can't think of the name right now. But it makes all these stars look like they're real, like Harrison Ford and all. They just took however they done it. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but it's not really him. It's just a manufactured, like most of them are.
Right.
Because Hollywood ain't it's like Washington D.C. It is not operating. But Washington D.C. has been closed ever since 2020. I can tell you that.
Right. Todd Bushy though, they don't get handouts though. They just straight up steal our money. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, I have to agree.
It's organized crime, literally.
That's exactly what it is. It's a Khazarian mafia at work every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what they are. And the reason I call that is because they're from Khazaria. First, here's where it worked. First, they came from, the Garden of Eden, with when Satan was in the tree and everything. And through Cain and all that, well, they ran out for a while. Well, they wound back up somehow in a country that was known then as Khazaria, which is known today as the Ukraine.
Yep.
I don't know what's that. Chat GPT. What is that?
GPT. But I think that's the same as like AI.
Oh, okay. But there's another word used for when they make the movies, and that's not it, but I can't think of what it's called.
All right, let's see what he said, because I finally got it back up.
And their operations ceased. Deputies of the prior administration resigned and were replaced. In the end, Knox Henry defeated Paul Cantrell by 2,175 votes to 1,270.
Pretty big difference in numbers, huh?
Paul Cantrell by 2,175 votes to 1,270.
Double.
Yep, that's crazy.
Shit.
Yeah, thanks, Latina and Kelly.
Yeah, good video. Great video. Hell.
And there's a few videos too. I just picked that one at random. But yeah, there's a bunch on YouTube. And there's a movie on it.
Well, you
I
would
have
think
watched that movie.
there would be, and it ought to be a darn good movie.
Oh yeah, I could imagine. It'd be a great movie.
Yeah, and Sean, that is one way they do it, but there's a new technology too, and it's not the green screen. Damn, what is that called? That's going to bug me to death now because I can't think of what it's called. But it's relatively new anyway. It's newer than a green screen, but they do use green screen in there too. What is that called? Damn. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember what the heck it's called. But
I hate that. It's like right on the tip of your tongue, and you're like, God, what is it?
Yeah, exactly, man. But that's what they use to manufacture, and they also use the green screen too. I'm not saying they don't, because they do. But this new technology makes, I mean, you can literally take a person saying one thing. Well, let's say Biden was able to talk. You know, if he was able to talk and he was saying, we have a glorious country, they could literally make him, it look like he was saying, we have a shitty country, which is what we have now because of him. But I'm just saying they can take it and make his mouth move in the exact right way. And that's what they're basically doing with Biden. He's a CGI and damn self for the most part. Every place he goes into, gives a speech or anything, is CGI, or the stage has been built. You name it. I mean, it's all pure fakery. Yeah, Eddie, I got you, brother, but that's not the one I'm thinking about. You send Chat GPT again. There's another name for it. I just can't think what it is. They may be the same thing for all I know. But at any rate, they got plenty of ways to fool us into thinking things are one way when they aren't. Kind of like the blue beam, you know, the fake flying saucer thing and all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They've been doing it for decades. Decades.
I think we have real flying saucers. I honestly do. But and I think they've been around since at least World War II or the end of World War II.
Me too.
But
I mean, yeah, look. I mean, how come? Up until 10 years ago, from the 50s on up until 10 years ago, it's a conspiracy, or they make you look like an idiot because you think, you know, flying saucers and spaceships and aliens and da-da-da. And then all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah, it's real.
Yep.
What? Like, for 70, 80 years, and then all of that, yeah, it's real.
That's more or less what's going on, brother. Exactly. And you know, they can make it look like there's literal angels up in the clouds dancing, walking on the clouds and everything. There was I can't remember where I seen this picture at the other day. It was actually a video. Hell, I might have played it on my channel. I don't remember. But they were in they had these angels in the clouds just kind of dancing around, and then there was two different videos. Or
I think I've seen those, yeah. I think I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do, and they're blue beam. They're not real. I mean, you know, people when they see them, they think they're real because they look so damn real. Yes, if you can find it, Steve, that'd be a pretty good little video to watch. Ifing you want to, I say ifing.
And Sean's correct on that too. See, the ocean and my eye, invented the word conspiracy.
Oh, definitely.
They did. Because it's a conspiracy doesn't mean that what people make it to be. To me, conspiracy means, oh, so that's the truth.
Well, they invented the whole two words together, conspiracy, you know, theorist.
Right.
They invented them to go together, and they use them to make people like us nuttier than hell, you know. And they succeeded for a long time. but it's finally started turning on them now. I think it's turned completely on them myself. And so
Oh yeah, because
they're
anything
pretty,
that's ever been a conspiracy is now the truth.
that's right.
So how is it
Everything
ever a conspiracy?
never was.
Right. That's yep.
Yeah. Everything that let's say go back 6 months ago, or even not even that long. Everything from that point back that me and everybody else been talking about all this stuff for all that time has been proven to be a fact. Every bit of it, including stuff
Yep.
about 2020. And I won't say the C word on here, of course, but that too. I mean, these people have really been trying to stick it to us. Now they're getting it stuck to them. Let's see how they like it.
See, I'm trying to find this. There's so many different ones. There's one specific that I'm thinking of. The angel. I think it might be this one. Or no, wait, is it that one? It's got to be this other one. Or shit, it could be both.
Probably is. Whatever, the one I watched had them both put together into one clip. And so, but I don't remember who the hell it was. But it could be.
Yeah, two angels. Might be this one. Let me pull it up. We'll see.
Okay.
That kind of looks like my video with that thing flying around in the cloud.
I wasn't saying it. I was looking at that big bright light there. Oh yeah, that's it there. Oh well, yeah. That is one. That's another one. But that's not the one I'm talking about. But that's plenty good.
Yeah, this isn't the one I was thinking of either, but I haven't seen this one. Why is it keep? Is that my computer? Or is that the video?
No, that's the video. It's showing him supposed angels flying through the air.
Man, if I seen that in real life, I was videoing that. I don't know how I'd be. I don't know if I'd be freaked out or just like, I'm not surprised.
I think I'd be like that. Oh, I'm not surprised. Because they're doing that shit with that blue beam technology. They've been, man, them videos there have been out for God knows how long. So it's been known about forever.
This has got 2.5 million views. That's like video game shit.
Oh,
like video game shit, but 2.5 million views. Wait, was that the one I just played? No. Maybe it's this one. Okay, it better not be clickbait. Or jump scare.
Well, I see something up there. I don't know if it's a sun dog or what, but yeah, I guess that's what it was. Clouds is looking pretty.
I think I seen it. Something flies across like right here. Right through here. See it right there.
Oh yeah. Hell, yours is better than that. I do see it. But like I said, I definitely believe we have UFOs. I believe those have been around since at least the end of World War II.
I believe that since I was a teenager when you were like crazy in the head if you believed it. I was like, I don't give a shit. I believe it. Like, I believe
Yes.
it's real.
Yeah, particularly when I started, doing my own little study on it back. Oh, that's been years ago when I started doing that. But, you know, hearing people talk about it and saying it's real or not real, is one thing. But when you go and look it up for yourself and see for yourself what's going on, well, then it's a totally different another. Beautiful Indy is here. Hello, beautiful Indy.
Indy, aloha, Indy. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat.
Indy's been on vacation, Steve. I mean, she's one of the lucky few that gets to do that kind of stuff. Good for her.
Well, hey, for me though, when I moved out of Detroit to here, I said I'm gonna be on permanent vacation. So,
Well, there you go.
but I
And
still
so
need a
you are.
vacation. You still got to get away from where you live,
Well, where would you go on vacation if you could afford to go on vacation? Would you come back to Detroit or what?
I was gonna say, as much as I don't miss it, I probably would go to Detroit because, just to visit my son and daughter and my mom and dad. But I know as soon as I get off the plane in the airport, I know right away I'd be like, oh, you just get that. Ugh. It's like the feeling I get when I come back to Hawaii and I get off the plane and I just smell the air and I'm just right away, I'm just in a better mood. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. It smells
So
so
what you're
good.
so what you're saying is when you go to Detroit, you kind of feel like a demon has possessed you and oppressed you, huh? I mean, it's what it
Yeah,
sounds like.
kind of. I mean, it's just gloomy and it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Even if the sun's out, it's still just like that depressing, just,
You know what? I
just
can
gives
believe
that
that
vibe.
because that's basically the way it is. I mean, with the governor they got and everything. And
Right?
I don't know who the mayor of Detroit is, but he can't be a very good one. The rottenest thing's been going.
Well, they haven't had I don't think they've ever had a good mayor in Detroit, but I can't remember it. See, this is one of those things. I know it, but I can't think of it. Like Dugan or something. It's like starts with a D, I think. But yeah, he sucks, just like the previous ones did. And
Well, it really makes me wonder. After seeing that video we just watched a while ago about the people in Tennessee, it makes me wonder how in the world that people have stood by. And I mean, now Detroit is a mess. I mean, at least most of the industry is gone. I mean, buildings, big manufacturing plants just sitting there rotting, for years now. I don't understand why people didn't start raising hell long ago about it.
right. Well, I mean, that's the weird thing because, like, okay, there's Detroit, the city Detroit, and it's just, I mean, downtown Detroit, beautiful. It's all well kept. It's a nice place to go. But if you go anywhere outside of downtown Detroit, be very careful. But then you have the rest of Wayne County, which Detroit is in Wayne County, the suburbs, I guess you would say. And it's not that bad. It's nice. I mean, the police are still corrupt with big egos and abuse their power and shit like that. But, it's nice neighborhoods. And, like East Dearborn is the most populated Arabic city in America.
Yep, and
And
I have definitely heard that.
it's also a safe place because they're very 2A and very family oriented.
Yeah,
And
where, it's something they're like that, but we're not. Our race as a whole. At least it makes it look. They make it look like we're not. I still think that the vast majority of the people in this country love God, love the Constitution, and everything else, but they've been able to make it look like it's just the opposite.
right. And Hawks is right too. Royal Oak, man. Royal Oak used to be very beautiful. And yeah, a lot of cities right outside of Detroit. But now you have to go just a little bit further. Like before it'd be, you have Dearborn Heights, Taylor, Redford, and now Detroit kind of like those cities are like becoming just like Detroit. And now everyone's moving out to like
What?
Canton and Commerce and
What's
closer
some of
to
the?
Ann
What?
Arbor.
Tell me some. I've got a nephew that's an estimator for an insurance company, and he was sent to Detroit here a couple months ago to do estimates on roofs or something. But while he was there, they sent him there. I mean, he knows nothing about Michigan or at all. And he said he was sent into. He didn't know this till later, but he found out he was sent into one of the baddest uh, parts of town. It was a black community, but I can't remember which one he said it was.
But in Detroit, or it was a
Yeah.
different city.
Well, it was somewhere around Detroit. I mean, it was a suburb, whatever. Just a bad neighborhood, I guess. It had a name, though.
Trying to think, because you got, I mean, all of Detroit.
He said this was one of the worst ones, and he didn't know it. And he said he went to get something to eat. He said, of course, he went to the restaurant he went to. It was all black people. He said this older black dude walked up to him and said, "Man, are you crazy?" And he said, "No, what do you mean?" He said, the guy said, "Are you crazy?" He asked him 3 or 4 times, and he said, I kept telling him, "No, I'm just trying to give me something to eat." And anyway, the guy finally told him, said, "If you don't get out of here, you ought to be killed, white boy. You better get your ass on out of here. Somebody gonna kill your ass."
I'm telling you, man, in hoods like that, it's like a pack of dogs. They just smell it. Because, I mean, I'll guarantee you it had something to do with the way he was dressed, the way he carried himself, the way he talked. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter if you're white. It's how you care, because shit, I'm white. I'm still alive. All my friends are, what I mean? But
well, he said it was an all black neighborhood, town or something. I don't remember now, but
was it like close to Detroit? Because there's a few spots in Michigan, like Queen Bee says, Flint. But I know Ypsilanti is kind of hood, kind of like that.
All I remember him saying is that he flew into Detroit, and then from there he rented a car.
Okay, I mean, only thing I could think, River Rouge is pretty hood, pretty ghetto, or Ypsilanti. I'm just trying to think one's outside that's not Detroit, but close to Detroit. What else? What else is there, Queen Bee?
He said he had to have, he literally had to have, when he got through doing all these estimates, that someone called the cops out there. And the cops gave him like 15 minutes to finish up because they was going to give him an escort out of there. They were afraid he'd wind up dead. The cops.
Damn.
So wherever it was pretty damn bad. And I know nothing about Detroit I don't know anything about Michigan, period, other than, it's where Queen Bee and Chap and a few others live, but that's about it.
See, and that's what kind of sucks too, because Detroit gives Michigan a bad name but Michigan is beautiful. I mean, if you go up North Michigan, oh man, that's what I miss. I miss going up north camping for like a week. It's beautiful, and that the season, the 4 seasons, and fall is the best, and like I miss all that. But
that's what they do is they take those beautiful places and they put the people in one big city like Detroit and make you think, or at least make the rest of the states think that the whole state is hell. It's all like Detroit.
Right.
So what we see, here in Texas or any other state is just the bad part. We don't see those good parts, and they don't want to see them.
And you know what I'm thinking too? He might have still been in Detroit because there's it's like they do the same thing here. Like they name subdivisions. So like you're still in Detroit, but then there's like certain parts of Detroit that they name their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think he might have still been in like maybe like East Detroit or like East 7 Mile or something, between 6 and 7 Mile on the east side. That's probably the worst like I won't even growing up. I wouldn't go there because that's
Well, you can bet next time I see him, I'm going to ask him what that place, what name it was. I'm going to write it down this time. I never was thinking of having this conversation, when he was telling me about that. And I said, well, I'm glad to see you made it back alive, because
yeah, no kidding. That's
he told me a whole lot more than that, but I just,
because I know like Hamtramck. Hamtramck's another one that Detroit took over, and it used to be a Polish neighborhood, like back when my grandpa was growing up, but now
yeah.
it's just a shithole. And
Steve,
it's
Steve and
actually
his
where
men,
that what's that Tim the Tool Man, that TV show
yeah, Tim the Toolman Taylor.
that actually was supposed to take place in Hamtramck, Michigan, but now
Oh,
Hamtramck is you don't want to go there.
I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom, brother.
Okay.
Be back in about 2 seconds.
Agreed what Detroit did to Michael Jackson was definitely not cool. Quincy Jones corrupted all of Motown. Yeah, no kidding, G-Mac. That's what always gets me, like, when people move and think that their problems are gonna be solved, it's like, well, you have to solve your own problems. Doesn't matter where you go. If you have issues, they're gonna follow you. So don't drag everybody else down with you. Yeah, Queen Bee and my well, not anymore, but my mom and stepdad used to live in oh shit, I can't remember the Ludington. Ludington. I used to love going to visit. They lived on a it was in the middle of nowhere basically, but in Ludington, and they lived on a private
And I'm
lake,
back.
and I used to go out and just bass fish all day.
But I will write it down next time I see him and ask you again about it,
Wait,
because I
what's
mean
that?
that's when he was telling me about it, I mean I was thinking of you and well, I knew you lived in Detroit, but I didn't think we'd ever have this conversation, so it didn't occur to me to write it down. I wish it had, though.
Right, I'm curious too. So yeah, definitely let me know if you talk to him again, because
But he only said it one time, so and to be honest
right,
with you, a lot of times when my nephews and nieces to talk to me, I just let it go in one ear and out the other. Because
yeah,
most
because
of
I
the time
know
I'm upset.
there's a lot of parts of Detroit that have their own like if you go
How's it going today, Hawks? Good to see you, brother.
5 Mile and Telegraph, and if you go just east of Telegraph
You're
off of
muted,
Five
Steve.
Mile, what's that? Oh shit! Did I lose? Can you not hear me?
Oh, Steve, you're muted.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'm not. Shit.
Still
Hold on one
muted.
second.
Hawks, I'm not well fed today. That's what I was just thinking about, to be honest with you. I'm getting hangry. About this time of day, every day, I go to getting hangry. I think I'm going to cook me some beans today when Steve closes this down. You could hear him? Darn, I couldn't. I couldn't hear a word. I could see his lips moving, but I couldn't hear him. Oh,
Your
maybe
lips
it is.
move, but
Maybe
I
it is.
can't hear what you're saying.
Just make sure everything's still plugged in here.
So you guys can hear me then? Because I was like, man, I was
No,
talking that whole time and it was just dead silent. Shit.
Well, I ain't gonna know now till he comes back. I just checked
I'm
it,
here.
Pops.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I
Can you
still
hear me,
can't
Ronnie?
hear it.
Can you guys hear me in chat still? Well, yeah, because my avatar is when I
Well, I
talk.
don't want it
That's
to quit working. It's working just fine.
what the hell?
Hmm. I don't know if Steve's talking or not, so I don't know if it's working yet or not.
No, I'm talking. I'm talking.
Say something, Steve.
I'm saying something.
Say a few
Can you,
syllables.
if you can, if you can you hear the? Look, I play
Let me
this.
go out and come right back in. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It better fix it.
Jeez, he goes to the bathroom for 5 seconds, and then he. But at least you guys could still hear me because I was thinking, oh man, the whole time he was gone, I was talking and nobody even heard what I was saying. But you did. What about now? Can you hear me? Nothing?
Oh, I'm still not hearing you. I don't hear
Oh, you know
nothing.
what? I wonder if
Darn. What the hell happened?
oh, he's getting these private chats. But I remember before he said his cord like
Well,
slightly
this just
came
about
out.
pisses me off. I got to tell you now.
You getting the
I
private
don't hear
chat?
anything. Hello, hello, hello,
Okay.
hello, hello. Say a few syllables to me, brother. Just a few.
Did you check the cord? The cord on the back? Remember how last time it came
I
out when you
plugged
went?
it in, unplugged it.
Oh, so you checked that already?
So the
Okay.
only thing I know to do is turn the computer off, turn it back on. Give me 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be right back. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he did. That's how he knew I was talking about the because he said that happened. I think it was 2 weeks ago, but he said he got up and the cord it didn't come out, but just enough to where it wasn't making that connection. Loud fart sound from Ronnie's side. It's funny head. Yeah, Silver Girl. It's just on Ronnie's side. His I don't know what could have happened because all you did was go use the bathroom real quick. Ronnie, I know you're 198 years old. You didn't piss on the computer, did you? Don't go doing that. All right, let's see. Oh, 48 likes. Wow, thank you, everybody. That's a lot of likes. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong one. Hold on. I am going to share. So that when if Ronnie comes back, I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna go, but yeah, Sean, that's what yep, that's what happened last time. That the plug for the headphone, like it came out, but it didn't come all the way out. It just barely came out, so it didn't have full connection. And that's what I was typing to him in private chat. But then he said that's the first thing he checked. So I hope he doesn't have a short. Those headphones are only like a month old, or maybe 2. Craig the Hunter. Ronnie's always got. Yeah, but you got to give him a little leeway because he is 198 years old. So, you know. Because, you know, every once in a while.
Shit my pants from those fish tacos.
It happens. But for anyone who's just getting here, like Craig the Hunter, my brother, Anarchy Television, and everybody else, Double Dog, welcome to, I just made this last week, so I'm going to play it for you again. Welcome to the Steve and Ronnie Show.
Ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die.
There's your OG right there.
I guess my headphones gone out.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I turned the computer off and everything, and I can't hear a darn thing. Not anything. Darn. Man, I was working fine until I went to the bathroom. I didn't take them in there and piss on them or nothing. I don't know why they ain't working. I mean, damn, all I did is took them off and laid them down. Say something to me, Steve. Let me hear your voice. I want to hear your voice.
I'm talking, but you can't hear me.
Man.
It was still a damn good show.
Well,
damn good show.
if I knew how to get off these headphones and turn it on to something else, you know, just sound come right out of the computer, I'd do it, but I have no idea how you do it.
Here, I'll do this. I don't know sign language.
What that means either.
I hope I didn't really say something in sign language. That would be funny.
Shit. Well, I tell you what, it's always something getting in the way, ain't it? I mean, always. Camera off. Turn back on.
You tried the volume button?
What could have happened? I mean, all I did was take them off and lay them down. Let me see if they got a turn off on them somewhere that I might have missed. Hang on.
That would be hilarious if he turned the volume on. He's like, oh, there it is. There you go. Muted Google Chrome. Yeah, there you go, Ed. Do it like old school. Just write down and hold up a piece of paper and. What about now? Nothing?
Can't hear you, bro. Damn. Well, let me. I don't know what to say. I mean, I can't hear a damn thing. Have you just nod your head yes or no here in a minute? Have you ever seen headphones go out and just taking them off and laying them down for a second? I mean, they were working fine. Me either. I mean, maybe I hit a button here to turn the sound off. I don't know. Say something now.
Say something now.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
What was it?
My headphones, when I laid them down, they hit the volume, turned the volume off.
So it was the volume.
Yeah. I didn't know it had hit it, though. Shit. I just knew I was going to have to go buy a new pair of headphones. Or set, whatever the hell they're called. Man.
Well, at least we got it worked out. That's good. That's
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking earlier. Because a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, or whatever, you were like, you got up to go to the bathroom and it came unplugged, but just a little bit. so it just didn't have the connection.
Yeah, that was when I went on my channel that night, and it was when you and Big Chap were on, and it was unplugged just a little bit, and as soon as I came on, it went off. The power did. I didn't know it was unplugged. Greg is here.
Sounds like a
old people.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No, I'm at the beach.
Exactly. Exactly. That's old people or something, though. Even if the headphones and everything are working properly, a lot of times we're deaf and we can't hear regardless. So it don't make a whole lot of difference. But and even if we can,
what's weird with mine is how once in a while mine will start doing that crackling thing. I still have no idea why it does that, and I don't know how I get it to go away. But whenever it does that, I just unplug it, turn everything off. Sometimes I'll turn it back on and it'll still be there, but then it'll go away and it'll be like weeks, and then out of nowhere it'll be like, "Oh, you're crackling."
Well, one time I remember what was causing it was you had something too close to something.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was, but it turns out it wasn't. But it still could be, but it doesn't make sense because I thought it was my phone. But ever since then, I still always have my phone right here. So I don't know, unless maybe I laid my phone directly on the wire.
Well, yours sounded good right now. So is mine, actually.
I got my other mic, which works a lot better. This one. But I don't have the connection for my board because it's an auxiliary plug for my board, and that's just a regular USB-C.
Well,
but I just ordered it, so hopefully by I think August 2nd, I should have the piece or whatever to be able to use this microphone, which is way better than this one.
Well, I told you how to fix that a long time ago. Cut the wires.
This other mic?
Yeah, just cut the wires on each one of them. Take the one that you need to fit into that one. Wire it on the other
that's
one.
Right. You did tell me that. And just rig it up.
That's probably what I would do. Take a chance. I'm going to have to buy a new plug anyway, so why not? It's just giving you a hard time there, Steve, but that is one way to fix it. It's going to the extreme, but what is it?
I almost forgot to give a shout out to my sponsor, which is not a paid advertisement or a paid sponsor, but Talo Dream Cream, because they are awesome. Because Tiffany sent me and Nina a gift package, I guess you would call it. But this stuff is awesome. This stuff is really awesome.
Well, do you wear it on your face at night for beauty cream, or what is it?
Yeah, it's a face cream, body cream. They have deodorant, soap, everything. And it's
how long you been using? Can you tell the difference in your beautiful face from then to now?
Well, I don't use it as much as I've never been really into my beauty, but it smells really good, and I can't tell the difference. But I don't. It's not. I'm not like religious with it. Not like Nina. Every day you wake up, every night you go to bed, you got to put your cream on your face. Me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll throw some of that on, and then 3 days goes by. But the deodorant, I do use that every day.
Well, other than lard and everything, what's it got in it? The ingredients.
Oh, good question. It contains vitamins A, D, E, K, and B12. The stickers, we got a sticker covering another sticker. Rich in minerals and contains stearic acid, which helps to repair damaged skin and improve skin's flexibility and suppleness. Help keep your skin nourished.
So this is your unofficial sponsor. That don't
Yes.
pay you
This is
nothing.
my sponsor that I am not making any money off of or anything. And she's just really cool people, and it's her business, and I'm just trying to help her out.
Does she make the stuff, or where?
Yep.
Where's it?
That's her.
Really?
I
Where's
had the brochure, pamphlet, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what happened to it. I was not prepared, but if I had that, it would help out a lot.
Is it made here in this
But if you go to the
country?
website, if you go to that website right there, telladreamcream.com, it's a good website too. It explains a lot. And
All right. Well, if I were to start using it, let's say tomorrow, how long would it take me to get beautiful? Or is it just totally out of the question?
Let me see. At 198 years old, carry the times. Ah, shit, man. You might have like another 198 years to go.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. Well, maybe I just need the underarm deodorant then. I mean, you know, hell, no point me trying to use that. It's going to take that long. Oh, man. Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, they have shaving cream too. Sean's Everything just reminded me they have shaving cream too.
Shaving cream too.
But yeah, it's like I said though, she's just really cool people, and she didn't have to send me that, and I know shipping to Hawaii can't be cheap. So you know, she sent that to me and Nina as a kind gesture. So in return, I just want to help her out, and I'm not gonna try to sell anything for anyone if I don't vouch for it, and I don't vouch for many things. So, but I definitely vouch for Tyler Dream Cream.
Well, this ain't the Tiffany that we both know, is it?
No, different one. That's funny
Okay.
you said that too, because when she first came in my chat, when I had on Where It Begins with Media Bear, Dr. Clown, I was like, is that the same Tiffany? But no, it's definitely not.
Been a while since I've seen her anywhere.
I haven't seen her in a while.
I know she used to drop in every once in a while to yours and to mine, but I mean, I can understand why she don't drop into mine. She probably can't find it, you know. But
yeah, because you're on what, 4 or 5 now?
Yeah,
I think
I'm on the 6th one now.
6. Man.
I think I didn't. Well, I've gotten rid of all of them, and I don't remember if it was 4 or 5. So, but anyway, she'd have a very hard time finding me. Particularly with all the different names I've had, you know, she probably wouldn't know if I've gone to J Goo now or what. Might as well. The next one may be J Goo. Or Ooey Gooey was a worm.
I just thought of something. Hold on. I think I have her number. I should text her. Yeah, I do. No shit. I forgot I had that.
You ought to text her sometime and ask her how she's doing. If I had it, I damn sure would.
Yeah, October of 2022.
Last you heard from her?
No, wait, actually. No, June of 2022 is the last time I heard from her, and then I texted again in October, but she never responded. Shoot. I'll have to text her again, and hopefully it's the same number.
Well, act like you're a bill collector. Either way, you'll be safe. Now, if it's a real one, well, either one may not answer you. So who the hell knows? But I see Latina's telling me to try some. Let's see. Try putting your spinach. There, thank you. Try putting your
Spinach, celery, cucumber, peeled apple, and some chia seeds in a blender with water or green tea and drink it every day. Oh, that doesn't even sound like it tastes good.
Really don't. You might have to add some honey for taste or something. Of course, honey's good for you too. So
Oh yeah,
no.
honey is supposed to be like the best.
Mm-hmm. But there's one thing I got to say, Latina. I think it may be too late for me to start working on my beauty. Just to be honest with you. Probably too late the day I was born, but now it certainly is. Much, much, much too late, probably. But I did make it to 198, so that's something.
Oh, you guys, are you talking about the full Monty?
What about him?
I'm not sure. Let's see, what's up with Monty? Know about Monty? Wait, are we talking about the full Monty or a different? I think I know what you guys are talking about, but I don't think you guys are talking about the full Monty. Oh, you are talking about full Monty? Because yeah, full Monty texted me last Monday.
Is he doing okay?
As far as I know, yeah, he texted me last Monday and said, he just texted and said, "Oh, I'm watching. Just letting you know I'm watching," but he just not typing in chat. But yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly, Craig. There's another Monty, and I heard that he passed. And that when I heard that, I was like, "Oh my God, no way!" But then it's a different Monty. So yeah, for a couple of minutes yesterday, I was crushed. I was like, "No," but
First I've heard anything about it, period. Well, I'm kind of glad it is because what is I hadn't seen Monty on anybody's shows. Of course, I'm not subscribed to since I lost all my channels. I haven't. Is Monty still doing his show? Has he done one lately or anything?
not that I know of. I don't think so. Not that I know of. Oh,
Wouldn't do me no good to be subscribed to him then if he ain't been doing the show, but I wouldn't know. But I know Rescue said he would come on his show here a month or so back.
and speaking of rescue, oh shoot, I'd have to go. I think Silver Girl. Are you still there, Silver Girl? I think it was Silver Girl that said it in the beginning of this show. Rescue was on his way to. He wasn't feeling good. He's on his way to the hospital, and wasn't going to be around for a little while.
So Rescue is not feeling well. Is that
Right? I believe I'm trying to scroll back up, and I think it was Silver Girl that said it.
Rescue? We wish you well, brother.
There's a lot of messages, a lot of chats. I thought oh yeah, I guess if I highlighted it, I can just click highlight it. Yeah, here we go. Duh. See my true Polishness coming out. So yeah, rescue 4 minutes ago posted from the car. Wife is taken to an emergency room. He is feeling really awful. He was letting us know he won't be around for a while. Seems he's expected to be admitted.
Man, dang. Definitely be praying for you, Rescue. Get well, brother.
Yeah, if you're listening, Rescue, we love you, brother. I feel bad for those because I watch and listen because like when I'm working, I got my earbuds in and everything, but like I still watch Rescue or listen to Rescue, but I just never seen it on the chat.
You know what? I just remembered to resub to Rescue. I think it's day before yesterday. because I can't remember everybody I was subscribed to, and then when I just happen to see something, then it reminds me of them, then I resubscribe. But there's still a bunch that I'm not subscribed to that I was before, and Rescue was one of them. And I just happened to whatever reminded me of them the other day.
Yeah, YouTube likes to do that. YouTube unsubscribed me from Nina once. I was like, really? You're gonna unsubscribe me from? Because I've never unsubscribed from anybody.
That's what you call a quick, easy divorce. Without going to Las Vegas.
Right? YouTube trying to start shit all the time.
Yep. And they're good at it too.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh, Steve and Ronnie had a good show. Huh. I'll show him. Let's see. Nina, unsubscribe. See how long he takes to notice.
What they're allowed to do is unsubscribe both of us from each other.
Right? That's
would surprise me a damn bit.
Digital divorce. Hey, CFM, aloha. Good to see you, brother.
Canadian fish.
Ronnie froze? Oh, yeah, Ronnie did freeze.
I'm still froze, ain't I, or am I?
That's a good picture, though. I should take a screenshot. You look real serious. You're like, we're going to figure this shit out, man.
I'm a very serious type of dude. Yeah. Can't help it, just the way I was born. Am I still froze?
Yep.
Dang. Boy, everything's screwing up.
The picture looks like we're going to figure this shit out. Not right now, I'm focusing. I'm really focusing right now.
Look, I'm looking at something really intently there, ain't I? I'm here to tell you, man. I couldn't sit there still if you could pay me $1 million. If I still couldn't do it. My goodness. I wonder what the hell happened.
Well, that's like when photography first came out. They would, you would have to. It would take so long to take one picture. You'd have to sit in one spot and pose for like a long time. That's why nobody ever smiled in old pictures.
So they was pissed off from the posing, I guess.
Yep. Well, I guess if you smiled back then, it was considered like to be like the town fool, or like the town drunk or whatever. It was, you weren't supposed to smile for some reason. I don't know.
Well, that would depend on, at least for me, at what age they took the picture. Now, if it was in my 20s, I probably would have been the town drunk.
Oh, me too. I would have been.
You think that's what it is, Hawk?
Like William Grammer says too, this is a damn good show. Yeah.
There you go. You get the going in it. You got to get the in there. It don't mean anything,
This is a damn good show. Yeah.
That doesn't work, does it?
No, not really. It's got to be deep. If you got one that makes your voice deeper right at the end when you say, yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, yeah. They got, what is it?
This is a damn good show. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. Development of a void. This show be damn good. Yeah. That was a short though. It's kind of like with that you can't go on long enough to get it real low. You just got to go
Well, the thing is, when I do that, I can't hear, because I got the headphones, but I can't wear the headphones. It drives me crazy. So when I change the voices like that, I can't hear what it sounds like. So I don't want to talk too loud or too quiet, but like Ed said, it was a little loud. So
I thought it sounded pretty good myself. Of course, I hadn't got my headphones turned up too loud, and I don't like them either, to be honest with you. But I can't figure out how to turn the damn things off. I get just coming out of the computer like that. I don't even know if it comes out of the computer. I guess it does. but I don't know. I need to ask somebody that's got a little bit more experience in these computer and technological things than I do, which is damn near anybody. I can't believe I'm still froze. Look at me. I look like I'm in an iceberg or
Right.
something. The hell?
That's weird. That's funny too, Hawk, because that's happened to me and Nina. Because when we do our sunset lives, we have the wireless mic, and I think it happened to Nina twice and me once, but one of the times the distance was far enough to where the mic wasn't connected anymore. But yeah, you'd be like, oh shit, I forgot to turn my mic off.
Well, I know one thing. If I can ever figure it out or remember to ask somebody that knows, I'm going to be rid of these headphones. Because believe me, I don't like them either. You know what? One thing they do to me is I guess it's the vibration makes my ear itch, inside and around the outside of it. So I'm constantly have to take off one side or the other and scratch my ear.
Yep.
It's
just, I can't stand it.
They're a pain in the ass.
That is hearing myself talk while I'm talking. It just throws me off. But yeah, I don't know how I did it, but I figured out I got a Bose Bluetooth speaker, and I got that connected somehow, so I can hear you, but you can't. It doesn't give the feedback. You know what I mean? Because that's what I was worried about. I'm like, well, if I hook that up, then when I hear you talk, it's gonna come into the mic and then give that echo. But somehow it works.
Yeah. And that's also one thing about Rumble. When you got Rumble and YouTube both going at the same time,
right?
And I stay on YouTube, but you have to mute Rumble because you get that damn echo that only you can hear, and it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, I remember that was happening last time.
Yep. Happened again last night too, but I knew how to fix it last night. I didn't know the last time. I had to figure it out. And the problem is y'all could see me no matter which one I was on. But when I went to Rumble, well, y'all could still see me, but you couldn't hear me. And I know Chap was talking to me, and he thought I was ignoring him, I guess. I wasn't ignoring him. Hell, I couldn't hear him because I was on Rumble. No, he thought I was mute.
I must have a tight setup. I'm not sure because I got my Bose speaker, which is what I can hear, but then like I have another tab open right now, and you can't hear that, can you?
Hear what?
See, I have another YouTube channel open right now, and it's full blast. But see, that's weird. You can't even hear it.
But you can hear it?
I can hear it. Yeah, I got it.
There
here, I'll pull it up here.
Like a restart.
And now you can hear it, right?
Well, yeah. Away with these machines.
I'm here to tell you that we will not be restarting.
That internet is choppy, and that playback is choppy.
So yeah, but anyway, that's all right, let me mute it because I can still hear it when I pull it down, but you guys can't hear that. So yeah, I don't know how I did it, but I must be a tight setup.
Well, you would think though I know with my microphone, I can be over there in the chair over there, and if I'm talking, you can hear me. I might as well go sit over there now because, I'm all froze up anyway.
Right, that's weird. I can't believe it hasn't unfroze yet.
I know it's good for a couple of seconds sometimes, but that sucker's staying froze. You reckon I'm dead and just propped up there? Could be. I'm 198 years old after all. That's weird. I'm telling you, that's weird. Sure, it's not my camera. I don't get it.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't know I could edit your name and headline too. I knew I could do your mic settings. Oh, that's mean. Why would you want to edit someone's name and headline? You can just mess with someone. Change their no CFM. I don't know what the hell I'm using. I bought the Maona Moana, Moano, and
Say that again.
it's Maona, Maona.
Maona. Sounds like you're talking to your honey or something. Maona.
But yeah, I got that. So so when I do singing, I can add this echo, or I can even do the I forgot what it's called, auto tune or whatever. Oh, Ronnie is frozen.
He sure enough is.
But yeah, it's basically a soundboard, I guess. I don't know.
I'm
But
tired
I
of looking
couldn't
at me
figure it
being
out.
froze. I'll just put up my old man picture there. I mean, it's bad enough looking at me when I'm moving around. Being froze like that, I feel like a stick in the mud or something. Ain't I pretty though? My old man there. So pretty.
That's my favorite right there. That sexy dog with his Hawaiian shirt on.
I heard that. I bet he gets more women than he can shake a stick at, don't he? I know he's got quite a few girlfriends on here. But then I don't know if he's ever kissed any of them or not. And you know how dogs kiss. Or they get serious when they kiss you.
I just gave him a bath last night.
Well, Steve, did you go do any singing last night anywhere?
I did. I sang. Wait. Yeah, that was last night. I did. I sang one song because I wasn't out, but I was working, but I was at home working, but I was doing estimates and proposals and all the paperwork shit that I just love so much.
Of course.
But Shane was on, and he was saying, "Oh, well, if Steve's gonna come up, we'll go another 45 minutes," and then I'm like, great, I'm gonna feel guilty if I don't go up now, So
I wouldn't have went up just to spite him.
So I went up, and then I wasn't gonna sing, but for some reason, when someone else was singing, the song popped in my head that I haven't listened to in 10, 15 years. And so I was like, screw it. So I sang that, and then after that, I dropped off the panel and went back, finished my proposals.
I bet you hated to do that, didn't you? Drop off the panel, I mean.
Right? I know.
Particularly what you had to go back to.
It's bad when you're not on a panel, but you're just sitting here like this, and you're just watching YouTube or you're watching another live stream, and you start talking like you're on the panel. It's bad when it gets to that point.
I haven't had that yet. I'm surprised, but I haven't done that yet.
I've only done it once, but I caught myself though, because I was sitting here and I don't remember who it was, but I was like, no, did they not hit? Oh shit, that's right. I'm not on the panel.
Let me go back up one more time. I just want to see if it'll unfreeze this thing. I'll be right back.
Okay. Steve Harloha was twerking. He just calls it working. Twerking. I never understood that twerking. How do you consider that dancing? And here's Ronnie.
Hey, it worked.
I almost said frozen Ronnie, but I had to make sure if it was.
I should have sat there like.
Right, you should. Did the pose.
Yeah, like that. However it was, I don't know if I can get that look back I had a while ago, though. That constipated look.
The constipated look. Oh, has anyone here ever watched the Media Bear channel? Oh, this is great. This is good shit, man. They once a month they do I saw masked people. So what people do is they send in pictures of masked people.
So there's a mask holes.
Yep, bunch of
This
mask
is one
holes.
of the lone walker variety. We
And
see a
then they
lot of
just like
these each time we do this show. That is a
they just do their
phenomenon
thing on each picture,
across
and
the
it's
country, state to
funny.
state, county to county. That
Oh crap! Did I screw myself up too again?
You poked a button there somewhere. I don't know what you poked, but I seen you
It
poke
had the
something.
quality. It had the quality at 360. It was all blurry, but anyway, my whole thing is because I see masked people every day, everywhere I go, riding their bike, exercising. It's just ridiculous.
Yep,
So I
you're in
send them
Hawaii.
pictures.
So Hawaii is
All
one of
day.
the bluest of states, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Supposed anyway.
Very, very blue. I don't think Hawaii has ever had a Republican mayor or governor or anything.
Have you been voting? Maybe they need that one vote of yours to get them over the hump. I mean, who the hell knows?
Now what I truly believe is voting only encourages them, because I believe they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Well,
I mean,
they
look what
have
happened
been.
in 2020.
Well, I would say something about that, but we're on your channel, so I won't.
It's been about a year since I had a strike. I'm not trying to get another one.
Well, then I won't. I was almost going to do it there. I was forming a sentence in my head when you said that.
Riding in a car wearing a mask is, oh my God. Yeah. Actually, one of the pictures I sent in to Dr. Clown for his show today was, except I couldn't get a good picture. So it's like a picture where I zoomed in and she was in front of me, and then I got like her side mirror. So if you like look close, you can see, but I see it all the time. But it's hard when you're driving. Like, how do you just be like, take pictures and get a good shot, you know?
I heard that. Well,
think how stupid that is.
I
think how stupid that is.
Oh,
First of all,
stupid.
It's proven that it doesn't do shit. It doesn't. If anything, it's worse for your health.
Oh, it's much worse.
But then people are wearing the shit in their car, windows up, by themselves. Robin! Aloha, Robin. Good to see you, sister.
Been 1,000 years since I've seen Robin. How you doing, girl?
That's my sister from another mister.
Sister from another mister. Well, welcome, Robin. Good to see you. But yeah,
right, Sean?
They're ate up. That's what it is. With a total case of the dumbass. I mean, a big case of the dumbass.
Well, especially when it's out there now. It's not like only us know that it doesn't help anymore, you know. It's like proven and out
Absolutely,
there.
it is absolutely right. Absolutely,
you know. And they still just they're so brainwashed that even the people that brainwashed them are telling them, no, you don't need to wear it anymore. It doesn't do anything. They still won't listen to the same people that brainwashed them and keep wearing them.
That's right. And it's been, like you said, it's been proven over and over and over again. Not only that, about it don't protect you from what they say it protects you from, but also breathing out your own exhaust fumes and then breathing them back in. It's got all kinds of bacteria in them that your body's getting rid of or trying to get rid of, and yet you're breathing right back in. That's one of the things that's wrong. That was wrong with the what are those things called you put on your face at night to sleep? when you got sleep apnea, the CPAP mask.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
I think it's called CPAP, where you put that thing over your face, but when you breathe out, and it's got a hose hooked to it, I guess that oxygen. Hell, I don't know, but you're breathing. When you breathe out, the bacteria collects in that hose, and if you don't get that hose cleaned up, you'll get pneumonia and everything else from it. It can make you very sick. It did make a lot of people sick, and so that's the same thing that's in these masks. The same thing. Those masks catch that bacteria, and you breathe it right back in.
And if you don't wear it right, which nobody does, it creates like a vortex. So you're actually breathing in more bacteria and shit from the air that you think you're blocking.
It's just totally
by
stupid.
suffocating. And like what Robin says, it suffocates your body and your brain from the oxygen it needs.
It does. Plus, it gives you a healthy dose of bacteria that your body's trying to get rid of. Exactly, Robin.
Got free freedom. Aloha. Got free freedom. Aloha and welcome, man. I don't think I've seen you here before.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Crap. Oh, no, CPAP for sleep apnea gives bacterial pneumonia for sure. Yeah, exactly. And the reason I know that is because my mom used one, and that's how she got it. Pneumonia, I mean. And that's what killed her. Was that damn pneumonia from that CPAP mask.
Yeah, that's why it blows my mind to see. If I switched this live to my phone and went out, you'd be amazed if I was just like, all right, let's go find masked people. I wouldn't even have to look. They'd be, hey, Howard County Observer, aloha. They're just everywhere. Everywhere you go, they're just everywhere.
Well, I hardly ever see one around here. I mean, or anywhere in Texas, as a matter of fact. I mean, you see them occasionally, but they're very damn few and far between. I mean, we got idiots like every other state, there just ain't that many of them, I guess, in this area. I don't know. But if you ask me, I hope ain't nobody in the chat that's still wearing one, because if they are, well, they're going to be awful mad at me. But I mean, I just can't help it. You're an idiot if you're wearing a damn mask.
Dude, it's kind of funny because I've thought that, because every time I bring it up, I'm like, I hope nobody watching like is still wearing one and like really, but then again, it's like, you need to know.
I think
and
they
if
know
you
already.
don't know, I don't know how you don't know already, but
well, it's just like all those people was talking about earlier, that have been brainwashed by the schools, the colleges, their parents, everybody else. They're so deep into it that I don't think you could ever get them out of it. I don't care what you do. I think you could literally have what they call them, a lobotomy.
Yeah.
And they still want to wear a damn mask. They're just so used to it.
Right, like I was saying, where the same people that brainwashed them would tell them, well, you don't need to do that anymore. They're still like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, you don't know. It's like their little safety blanket that they're.
Well, the great doctor that, what's his damn name? Starts with an F. The one that came up with the mask thing. Well, at first,
in the beginning, I even have a video. I think it's still on. I don't think I had to take it down. But the very first thing he said is, that's not going to do anything. It might drop a block or a droplet of something, but it's not going to protect. And then a week after that, he was like, no, you got to wear 2 masks.
That's right.
But you just said that they're not going to do anything. Like, what?
That's exactly where I was going, Steve. Exactly.
Yeah.
But he admitted it right up front. They ain't going to do you any good. And yet people, even now, when it's a known fact, at least by most of us, that they don't do any good. They don't. That them damn things, the way I understand it, were meant for nurses and surgeons in a hospital setting or clinical setting, whatever, so that they wouldn't get spit stuff in their, wouldn't spit on their patients, get spit in a wound.
Right, yeah, because you're cutting someone's body open, so you're protecting the patient from you.
Yeah, yeah. When
That was my favorite argument because, well, one, when all that shit started, like a week before the mass thing started, my neighbor was having a party and he was military, and so like a bunch of, and this one, I think he was like 21 years old, this young guy, dude, drunk as hell. I know he shouldn't have been telling me, but he's like, yeah, man, they're gonna try to start making people wear masks and shit. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, like, oh man, I don't know if I should be telling you this, but so he warned me in advance. I was like, no shit. He's like, yeah, like the doctor's wearing stuff, and I'm like, seriously, dude. And sure enough, a week later, it happened, and so from the get go, I was like, I ain't wearing that shit. Well, first of all, I can't, because I literally can't breathe with anything, even when I'm sleeping. I can't have nothing in front of my face. Like, I see people with like a pillow right here, and I'm like, how are you sleeping? Like,
I know, yeah.
how are you?
Breathing through one nostril, I got to have both of mine in my mouth open. I mean,
Yep.
Ain't no doubt about it, man. I don't know how the hell they do that, but that's the truth.
Yeah, I can't breathe for shit. But so yeah, I had the heads up, and I knew it was coming, and I knew it was bullshit from the get go. But then when they took it to the next level with the whole freaking, why can't I think of the mandate bullshit? And it's
Well,
like,
you know what they were
mandate?
doing? You know what they were doing, don't you? They were saying if everybody would follow their orders,
Oh yeah,
and they were training us, is what they was doing, trying to.
yep. They were trying to find out how many sheep there actually were.
Hey, that's exactly right. That's what they wanted to do, and they pretty much found out. But there wasn't near as many as they thought there was going to be, and I guarantee you, I wasn't one of them. I mean, that's all the hell there is to it. But there were some, I think they were called mama bears, and I could have this wrong. And I don't remember what state this in, but their kids were getting sick from wearing these masks, and so they went and I don't remember if they filed a lawsuit, if they just went to school board now. But their kids didn't have to wear a mask anymore before long. It went all the way to state legislature. It might have been in Tennessee. I don't remember where the hell it was at. It's been about a year ago. But their kids didn't have to wear a mask no more. I think it might have been in the whole state. I don't remember how that worked. But that's what it takes. Parents got to stand up when they see something. Would you let somebody come up with the damn ball bat and beat on your kid and not say anything?
Right.
It's the same thing if they're wearing a mask.
Any kid wearing a mask, like, I still see that too, which pisses me off. Like, I'll take pictures of adults and send it into Media Bear for their show. It's because it's funny, but not kids, because to me that's child abuse. Literally,
it is. Definitely.
How do you're suffocating? And then the sad part is that kid is listening to you because, I mean, your mom and dad, of course they're gonna, they want to make you proud and happy, so they're gonna, whatever you tell them, they're gonna think is the right thing.
Of course.
So now that kid's fucked up in the head, walking around looking at other people not wearing one like they're the idiot, and it's like, no, you're doing damage to your body and your brain.
That's exactly what they wanted to do.
Yep.
The evil ones. And the more stupid they make us, the better off they are, I guess. And well, the more stupid, the more controllable. And there, it goes back to the water, the food, and everything, what they put in all those. Miss Sharon, hello there.
Aloha, Sharon. Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I agree with Robin 100% right here. I don't think masks are absolutely worthless. I think they're worthwhile in making well people sick if you wear them for extended periods of time and over a long period of time. Very true. That's all they're good for.
that's exactly what what I was just talking about. Is those kids in Tennessee or wherever it was at, and I mean it was here in Texas too. They were making kindergarten students wear those masks.
That's
Kindergarten
what I
students.
mean. That's child
Yeah,
abuse.
yeah, it is. It's just absolutely
That's,
awful, man.
and that's what sucks because I still see that too. But now before I just bite my tongue and be like, whatever, it's not my business. People are gonna do what they. But now I don't even care. I see that shit now, and I'll pretend like I'm talking to myself, but I make sure that they can hear me. You know what I mean? So I'll just be walking and see it, and I'll just be like, wow, I can't believe someone's gonna suffocate their child's body and brain from oxygen like that and think it's so, and then I get dirty looks and shit, but it's like, I don't, whatever.
Piss on them.
I'm
Well,
defending that poor child, you know? Give me all the dirty looks you want, but that poor kid is just doing what you're telling him to do because you're his parent, but you're abusing that kid.
you certainly are. And that's exactly what the mothers I was just talking about went all the way to the state legislature with and got it, that rescinded so that their kids wouldn't have to wear them. And this was just the mothers. The dads wasn't in this fight. It was just the mothers. Which makes me ask myself, what happened to the guys? Where's the men? Why ain't you standing up fighting for your family? I'll tell you what,
Right.
I wouldn't even let my kids went to school if I'd have known all I know. Well, I wouldn't let them went to school even if when I didn't know all I know now, because the masks were totally. I knew there was something wrong when they first came out. I just didn't quite understand at the time what it was. It didn't take long to figure it out, But
Well, I know a handful of people, not here in Hawaii, but I know a handful of people from back home that took their kids out of school and are still out of school to this day, homeschooling because of all that shit. Like, man, you're not making my child wear a diaper on their face,
I think that's what everybody ought to do, particularly in the blue states.
Yeah. And then it was just because of that, but now it's because of all the other shit they're trying to push down their throat at the same time,
Yep. Yes, all the wokeness,
Yep.
the Disneyness. I mean, I know you know about Disney, so I don't have to go into that, but it's pitiful. One of the biggest kid attractions in the world is the way that Disney is. I mean, it's one of the most evil places on earth.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Absolutely. And particularly dealing with the kids, I mean, they have people there. Well, I better not go there either because, man, I tell you what, sometimes, it's just.
Damn it, screw tube constantly got us walking on eggshells.
That's right. It sure is. But I'll put it like this. They have people that have ways of making the child that you love very much not be yours anymore. Did you get my drift?
Yep. Well, just like that video we watched at the beginning of the show with the open letter.
Oh, yeah. Yes, but these that I'm talking about, they literally disappear.
Yeah.
But that one's plenty bad enough. I mean, maybe there's not a whole lot of difference between what I was saying there and what what that guy was saying about the wokeness and everything, because when you lose your mind, which is actually what they take their mind a little bit at a time, all through from kindergarten all the way through college. And if the parents aren't there supervising it, and watching what their kids are learning in school, supposedly learning anyway, well, them kids are going to be totally messed up over time.
Good for you, Scott Free Freedom. That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Good for you. And you were one step ahead of the game, dude. Hell yeah, man. That's
Absolutely. Good for
hell
you,
yeah,
Scott.
dude. That is, dude. You're my new favorite. My new favorite person in chat.
Well, you know, if they try to bring that shit back again, they may very well do. It wouldn't surprise me. At least
If
we
they try
all
to
know
bring that
that.
shit back again, I think it's gonna go to that other video we watched, the
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah, could very well do it.
That should be coming soon anyway,
Yeah,
regardless.
sure should. Well, you know what? If something don't happen pretty quick, it's almost going to have to, to get us out of this mess. There's not much ways left, if. And I would love to tell you something here, but I can't because, again, and I don't know how true it is anyway. But it was said that a certain person is supposed to be back tonight.
Okay. Tonight?
Tonight.
Or
And
can you put it
remember-
in private? Can you put it in private chat?
I sure can.
I think I know, but I'm not sure. This is gonna drive me nuts. Because then I'll see if I can try to use code words. Breaker 19. We got code words. So the screw tubies. Oh, and speaking of, I gotta get a hold of Creek. Because I have the lyrics written to the song titled YouTube Assholio. And we just gotta put a rhythm and a beat to it. So hopefully by next week, YouTube Assholio will hopefully go viral.
It'd be nice.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And remember a while ago when who was that to put that in there about Biden? It was Carl. Camel Carl put in there about Biden is supposed to be leaving. And that came from pretty reputable newspapers. So I would say that's pretty much right. So it's funny. That's why, when he said it, I almost said something then. But I thought, well, that's awful funny that Biden is leaving today. And what I found out last week, is supposed to happen tonight.
Right.
Who the hell knows? I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that's what I heard. So we shall see. It'd be very wonderful if it was true, though.
Yeah, little B just happens to be unhealthy, and big D just happens to be coming home.
Mm-hmm. That'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? Well, the country can't be without a president. I don't care if it is a dumbass like Potato Head. It can't be without a president. I mean, someone's got to be sworn in pretty quick. Just after they supposedly killed Kennedy, and I said supposedly. Well,
right. Allegedly, yeah, allegedly. That's the keyword everyone has to use. Even when that's the funny part. Even when it's like on the
put that comment back up there, Steve.
What's that?
Put that comment back up there. Sean's Everything Crafting. Police have cleared all roadways in D.C. Is that? Are you being honest there, Sean? I would think he is.
I believe it. Especially from what you just said. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. That's why when I saw it, I thought, oh, damn, really? Man, that makes total sense.
There you go, Hawk.
Yeah,
I found out yesterday it was a different Monty, but yeah, there was like a 2-minute period where I was crushed, man. And I was on someone's panel. So I did one of these and then I muted myself. They're like, hey Steve, you still there? I'll be back in a second.
Well, did you think about singing Monty a song while you was off contemplating? I mean, you know,
I think that's what I think that's how I thought of the song that I ended up singing, because it's a song I haven't heard in like 10, 15 years, and I don't even know why it popped in my head. But yeah, it was weird. I'm just glad Monty is all right.
I mean, you and me both. Sean says, yeah, I was at another channel and they were saying that. Well, makes total sense, knowing about Potato Head and then what I just told Steve. And if it all happens like I told Steve, I hope Steve will come on and say, yeah, Ronnie told me about that, whatever happened. Which it may not. And here's the thing about it, Steve. Let's say it does actually happen, but they keep that news from us too.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, me either. I mean, that's the way things have been going.
Hey, it makes stupid people famous. Aloha, brother. Haven't seen you in a little bit.
But damn, that's a guy I've been looking for right there, making stupid people feel famous.
If that does come out, Ronnie, though, I'll just be like, yeah, Big Chap told me all about that. He told me all this.
But that'll work. That'll work.
Dude, I just realized how bright. Why the hell am I?
Hey, the dead man just came in.
So bright. The full Monty, aloha. See, if you talk about him long enough, he'll show up.
Yeah.
Full Monty, we are very happy to know that you are above ground.
We sure are. How you doing, Monty? Good to hear from you, brother. Boy, it's been a while since I've talked with Monty. A good long while.
Monty's been hiding out. Well, he's been around, but hiding out. He lets me know that he's watching, but he just doesn't hang out and chat.
It's the first I've actually heard from him, and shit, I don't even know when. It's been a while, man.
I didn't realize my face was like all shiny and glowy.
Must be using that beauty cream.
It's from that Tallow Dream Cream. Shit works, man. I'm telling you.
It's making you glow, Steve.
20 minutes to burn. Corporate Fiction channel goes live. Right on. JM Unleashed, aloha. Oh, 62, really? Wow, damn. Thanks for all the likes, guys. 64 now. Shoot, thank you.
Absolutely. How you doing, JM? Good to see you there, bro. No, I got to say, I think, well, as far as my part goes, I think JM's probably the smartest guy I know on the money situation.
Oh yeah, yeah. JM definitely. What's the phrase I'm looking for? He definitely has. He's got his shit together when it comes to that.
He does. I'll tell you what. I think he missed his calling. He should have been a financial advisor, but it is what it is. And being what it is, I'm going to give it about 5 or 10 more minutes, and I'm going to get off here and fix me something to eat.
Right on. Oh, wow. We've been, 3 hours. Really? 3 hours? What?
I know. It went by quick, didn't it?
Man, when time flies when you're having fun, that's for damn sure. Because literally, I wouldn't, if I didn't have this little thing telling us how long, and if it was covered or something, and you were like, all right, real quick, how long do you think we've been live? Honestly, I would have said hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes.
That's what I would have guessed too. About that. It don't seem like it's been no 3 hours.
I would have never said 3 hours. I would have lost money on that bet.
Let me look at the clock and time here. Otherwise, I would have definitely said an hour and a half, because it don't seem like it's been that long. Not no 3 hours. And we're officially at 3 hours and 19 seconds right now.
Yep. Because I have been on lives where it felt like it was 3 hours, and then I look and it's like 58 minutes, and I'm like, this is gonna be a long night.
Been there, done that. I know what you're saying. JM says,
Oh, no shit, JM. Yeah, 15 years.
no wonder you're so damn smart at it.
That's why you're so smart. So if I ever do come in with a $500 million, I'll definitely hire JM as my financial advisor.
JM is a smart dude, no doubt about it. And he's a singing fool. I'm saying he's a singing fool. Well, he's a singer anyway. We'll leave the fool out.
And a great guy, down to earth, open-minded, great guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone here isn't actually JM, drop your link real quick. If anyone here isn't subscribed to JM, definitely go check him out. I'm not even gonna tell you to subscribe because once you go check them out, you're gonna want to subscribe anyway. So
JM is a really good guy. All bullshit aside, he's a great guy. But I got a question for JM that I just thought of. Come you been coming to my show, JM? Been missing all this great content. My goodness, boy, I want to think about you. He definitely is, Miss Karen.
Sean's Everything Crafting, right on, man. Good to meet you. Thank you for coming by. And
absolutely.
Hopefully see you again. Tomorrow I'll have karaoke. So if you want to come back, jump on the panel and sing karaoke, you can. Or if you just want to hang out and chat, that's cool too.
Let me drop my link too right quick, in case anybody else wants to subscribe. Let's see, which it's fine either way. But
and you have to subscribe to Ronnie, because if you don't, that just means you're mean to old people, because he's 198 years old.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, right on, Sean.
Oh shit, I went the wrong place.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, every Monday, Sean, we have Monday Night Karaoke on my channel, and it's open panel, and it's a lot of fun. So you just if you come up, you just have to show your face backstage, so I know it's you. And then if you want to turn your camera back off while you're on the panel, then that's fine. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that stuff, brother.
Oh, right on, yeah, bro. Make stupid people famous. I haven't seen you on there in a while. But actually, I used to have a co-host, and we kind of went separate ways. So yeah. So now it's on Monday, just me.
Steve's missing.
Me and Ronnie when Ronnie shows up, because Ronnie is my original co-host for karaoke, just in case anyone doesn't know that.
He fired me though and hired another guy.
You're fired. See, I told him. I said, you know what? You're fired. You gotta go.
So I went. I just left. I didn't argue. I just left. Didn't even get my paycheck.
Did he? I docked his last paycheck
for being such a rotten co-host.
I sent him a $2 bill.
Hey, I spent it. Oh.
But no, Ronnie was my original co-host, but neither one of us knew what we were doing, and I wasn't thinking. And then I met this other person, and I was like, wow, he on his shows on his channel. I was like, hey, he seems like he's like a good co-host, da da da. And I wasn't even thinking at the time, like, what about Ronnie? But me and Ronnie didn't know what we were doing, so I didn't think either of us were taking it that serious. So then I went that direction, and then I realized, like, well, too much is happening at once. So I just got to go back to Steve Harloha. Steve Harloha and Ronnie Cash.
Heavy on the cash. I love cash.
Ronnie
And many different
Cash.
forms.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I know you said you got to get going to eat, but I wanted to see something real quick. It's
Okay.
won't let me do it. No. There we go. Let's see. There we go. And bam. It's like that.
What? Where? When? How?
Your name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even look at that. I know what the hell you was talking about. Well, you know what? That's the way I tried to do it, and it wouldn't let me do it.
That's what I thought. But then I remembered you tried to do it that way, but for your YouTube channel, right?
It might have been. Hell, it's been so long I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
I think it was for your YouTube channel. I think. But that's why I was like, oh, wait, I want to try this. Because on here, I don't see why it wouldn't let you. But for maybe your YouTube channel, like
that's probably what it was. I just don't remember.
But I remember you saying that, though. Like, it wouldn't let me use the @ symbol and the dollar sign.
Not together, it wouldn't. I could use one or the other, but I couldn't use them together. I thought, well, why the hell do I care?
We do have to thank John Mosman for that, because I believe he's the one that put that. Either he had the idea or he put that idea. But either way, John Mosman has something to do with the spelling of cash.
It's been too long ago for me to remember. Hell, I slept since then. So that's totally out of the question. Probably did, though. I'll take your word for it. Well, brother, I love you, and thank you for having me up and on with you. It's always a good time with you, Steve, and with everybody in the chat.
Absolutely. And I think you should have access now.
Well, I still, it's still the same thing. My daughter's been up 2 or 3 times, and I've always got so much for her to do that I forget this, and I've got to have her to, because if I come on and try to do that, I'm going to screw it all up. I'll never be able to get back to my own damn channel.
I think you accepted her, because or maybe that's the old one. Shoot, no, it can't be. Because when I set this one up yesterday, how does it go? You go in, you click schedule, and then you hit live, and then it shows it shows me, Nina, JM, Creek, and then it showed you. So it was like, which one of these channels do you want to do the live on? So, but yours did pop up. So it's somewhat,
probably it's on yours undoubtedly, but it's not on mine yet, because otherwise I would have been able to come on here without a link.
Right.
And I haven't. I couldn't.
Well, once your daughter comes by again, definitely get it hooked up.
Well, and when she does, I'll just text you and have you send me another deal, because I don't even know if that was still good or not. It probably is, but then it'd take me a week to find it, because I've got about 19 million emails since then.
Right. Yeah, I can always resend. It's a lot quicker to resend it than you to have to go through.
Well, if I'd have thought I'd have started, I didn't think to put a star beside it the last time. I didn't think I was going to be a month or two.
That's funny, because that's actually really funny, because I'm not an email guy, so I never check my email, because it's all junk mail most of the time.
Yeah.
But not maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months tops, probably closer to a month and a half, I just figured out that, if I just star it, then it's easier to go back and find ones that I want to find,
Yeah.
But I'm 47 years old, and I just figured that out. So.
Well, here's the thing about the stars. Chap told me about this, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 months ago, whatever it was. And my daughter was over one day, and she was doing, I don't remember what the hell it was. This is the day I should have thought about it, tell her to do it for me. But I didn't think about it. And she was doing something in my email. And I said, I wish there was a way that I could remember to, find how I could find emails easier. She said, well, all you got to do is put a star on them. I said, no shit, just click the star. He said, yeah, just click the star. And it's a whole lot easier to find. And I thought then, well, I've been told it before. I couldn't remember by who right then. It, because it takes my brain, to get through this bone in my head, it takes it a while to kick into gear. But it finally kicked into gear, and by God, that was Chep told me about them stars, and I forgot about it.
Well, don't feel bad. I'm the same way. And I'm only 128, so.
Well, it makes me feel better knowing that you're the same way and you're not nowhere near as old. It wouldn't make no difference if she's 48 or whatever, it'd still be the same thing. I still feel good. I feel even better.
Oh wait, real quick. These are my pictures. Hold on. We got to hear this real quick.
From Hawaii. Let's see. So face diaper people.
Oh shit.
These are yours?
Yeah, these are the ones I sent them this month. This is when my tire blew out. That's literally 2 minutes after my tire blew out, and the tow truck guy pulled me around the corner.
Okay.
And I was so upset. I got out, and that's the first thing I seen, so I took a picture. I was like, everywhere I go, people are wearing masks.
Very interesting. Some would say dubious technique.
This only take like 2 minutes because I only sent in like 4 or 5 pictures this month, but
because she loves her mom or whoever this. Yes, that's her mom. That's probably her mom. Okay. And this one's saying I took the face diaper off. She hasn't maybe seen her mom in like a couple months, and they're gonna go to.
But yeah, literally, this is what I see every day. Every day, everywhere I go.
He needs to name this "I saw mask holes." That'd be so much better.
I saw mask holes.
This one is actually.
He was on my Where It Begins.
Steve, I wonder, did you catch her in the moment? Did she reach up and do
Hey,
this?
he's the guy that plays that Yuma Kabuka or whatever the hell it's called.
Because I have seen people instinctively do
No,
this.
he was on my Where It Begins.
When they get close, they'll.
2 weeks ago, I believe.
But don't he play that thing that what the hell is it called? That crazy looking.
I wonder if that's what she's doing. She's genuflecting to.
First time I'd ever heard of that night. Now I'm pretty sure it was him that played it. It was when you and I were still.
Oh yeah. The didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo. There you go. Yeah.
That's him. Yep.
I thought it was.
Got another one from Steve. Same people. No, I guess I answered my own question.
Wait a minute. Young girl hadn't got a mask on, has she?
Mm-hmm.
The other one doesn't, and you see that a lot too. So it's like you see two people, one's wearing one, and the other one's not wearing one. So it's like
the way that the distortion works. That's a pretty good picture.
Aren't you gonna tell your friend?
Pretty good.
Like, are you just gonna let them?
This one's checking. She's showing her mom. She's like,
still walk around like that.
It's not been mandated for you to wear a face diaper for.
Well, they got to look at it this way. One or the other of them is stupid. I mean, it can't help but be one or the other of them is just plumb damn stupid. How could it possibly not be?
I just can't imagine. Like, it's never happened, but if I were anywhere with anybody and they're wearing that,
she's made you know.
I'm gonna say something or just be like, "Hey, I don't think we can hang out anymore." Because if you think that's doing good for you, you're not that intelligent.
No shit. I mean, I've just had to go my own way. And I said, we can still be friends, but I'm not going to stay in public with you anymore as long as you wear that damn thing.
Right.
Damn.
I almost think maybe Steve.
Wow, he's on this one picture for a long time. All right, maybe I'll just go watch this later, but
he's really interested.
Yeah, well, he does like that narrator thing where he just like makes up his own stories of what he thinks the situation is, and it's pretty funny, man. This guy's a cool dude, really cool dude. And then usually his wife, which is not a real name, but she goes by Karen. Get it, Karen?
Yeah, I got it.
And And when they do it together, they'll be looking at a picture and like he'll play the role of one person and she'll play the role of the other, and they just like do skits and stuff. It's funny. But yeah, that's the didgeridoo guy. When was that? I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Shit, I don't know. Last time I remember him playing, it was been about a year or two ago. I mean, it's the only time I ever seen him play. It was at one time. I might have seen him on there that day too. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was
satisfied about it.
Oh wait, 1, 2. It was a month ago. Shit, really? It was already a month ago. Wow, a month went by already. Damn. It was June 29th. Tyne Duff. Aloha.
Hello, Miss Tyne. Well, you know, here's something I just noticed about him. He's even got a mask on, so he's a mask holder.
Well, that's their whole gimmick or whatever.
I know.
He's trying to signify
His original video that is what started him off,
to the vehicles that are driving by.
and they weren't thinking none of it. They were just like making fun of their neighbors. But it's
clearly and astutely
shit, what's it called? I wear my mask in my car or something like that. I wear my mask in my car. So something like that. But they, kind of like Weird Al Yankovic does. They take a song but then change the lyrics.
Yeah, well, if you remember back when we were doing this all the time, you showed him several times doing songs like that.
Yep, yeah, that's when I first found him. Yeah. I remember that picture. I was just pulling into Sam's Club gas, and that lady was way across the street. But look at this, out in the open. There's my van. Out in the open, nobody around, fresh Hawaiian, beautiful air. Same thing here. Fresh Hawaiian, beautiful air, and the air smells so good here, and it's just compared to like Detroit, it's just beautiful.
So it don't smell like a nasty fart, huh?
Right, exactly. But instead of they're just, I'd rather smell my own bad breath and breathe in my own carbon dioxide and
no shit,
suffocate my brain and
just keep going, no problem. You got a face diaper on. Those stairs are going to be the least of your worries.
No
fall down there.
Face
As long
diaper
as you
on.
got that face diaper on, totally survivable. Another one from Steve coming in hot. Kind of a weird looking kid. I'm not going to go back down there. There might be some kind of weird deformations happening there. There's certainly some
kind of a weird woman too.
Aberration that's happening from.
Oh, she was looking right at me. She knew I was taking that picture.
Because I'm really curious.
That's the best too, because
back to the mom.
What are you whining about,
This
Bubbles?
one made you, and I'm telling you, Steve, she thinks that you're taking a picture of her weird looking kid, and it's striking her deep. I really think that I do need to get you guys some kind of credentials so that we can clear up any misunderstandings that might happen with anybody.
That's true. But before, I used to be scared to take pictures because people would look at you and I'd feel weird. But now I'm just like, you're the idiot. Oh, this is the one I was talking about earlier.
Steve, but I know there's a face type of person in there.
Yeah, you can't see it though, but yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
But yeah, see, I only sent in a few. So anyway, didn't mean to hold you up longer.
No, it's good. I want to see them. Well, anyway, good night, brother.
I used to send in 30, 40 pictures a month, but
cut it down, Haggy.
Right. So anyway, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Everyone in chat, Ronnie has his final thoughts.
My final thoughts are, we're in it to win it. We're going to win it, boys. It's fourth quarter. We're on the 1 yard line. The evil is defending. They're trying to get their best to keep us out of the damn end zone. So what we got to do is pull an end around. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do this end around thing. We're going to make them think we're going one way while we're going the other way. And this time, tomorrow night, we're going to be free again. And we're going to be winning. We're going to
Oh,
win
yeah.
so much. You're going to say, "Oh, we ever going to stop winning? I'm tired of winning. Let's quit winning so much. I'm so tired of winning." When you say that, you'll know you're winning.
I like that. I love that.
Other than that, I've loved it, Steve. And I hope, man, thanks again. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, brother, and I love you, man. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow for karaoke.
Yeah, I may drop in. I hardly ever do a show when you're on, so because out of respect for you, that's why I don't do it. But now everybody else
Right
is
on,
fair
brother.
game. I got to tell you, everybody else is fair game because I mean, I got to get mine in too sometimes. But I got to say that Mr. B is real good about stopping into my channel, and a lot of times he's there the whole time. And Shane, I know he comes in every once in a while. He says he's listening, and maybe he is, and he just says just don't speak up in the chat. But anyway, they're both great guys, and
Oh yeah, really great guys.
particularly Mr. B. I mean, I don't know. There's something about Mr. B, that I like a lot. Maybe it's his Elvis voice. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Well, for me and Nina, it's just because we're gonna adopt them. So.
Well, yeah, I know that, but y'all got a son coming in. Well, like Shane says, at least he's not a newborn. He knows how to wipe his own butt and everything. So, unlike Joe Biden.
Right.
Anyway, I love you, brother, and everybody in chat. Y'all all have a great rest of your day and upcoming week. Love you, Steve, and we'll see you on the next one, brother, or maybe
All
tomorrow
right,
night.
right. Yeah, if you go on tonight, let me know. I'll be there.
I will.
I'll be listening for sure.
I'm thinking about it, to try to finish up for Miss Karen, but I don't know. I feel like I might need to take a little bit of a break. So I don't know. I'll see. Think about it for the next hour and decide from there. But I got to tell you what, man, we've been doing real good with getting her donations in there. I mean, really good. I didn't think it'd be anything near that good, but it's just been outstanding. I don't know what else to say other than that. But
yeah,
it definitely has been. I know that I say I know. I wouldn't think that she's got as much as what you did because there's a lot bigger audience, for you, and a lot more people. But for my little bitty channel, I think we've done damn good for her. But anyways, thank you, brother. And if anybody wants to drop in on whenever I do another one, and donate to Miss Karen, we'd be greatly appreciated. Until then, I guess I'll get my ass off here and try to fix me something to eat.
Right on, Ronnie. Love you, brother.
Love you, Steve, and we'll holler at you later. Good night.
All right, man. And if Ronnie does go live, I'll share it out on my community page too to let everybody know. But from here, there you go. I believe I'm gonna head over to Mr. B's, which Mr. B, Shane Phelps, and Eddie Gannon on there right now. So there is the link for that. And I'm gonna leave the chat running for a little bit. So play a couple songs or whatever, and then my outro. And hopefully I'll see everybody tomorrow on Monday Night Karaoke. And don't forget, Mr. B has karaoke at 7 Central. And then right after his is when I go live on my karaoke. So definitely go to Mr. B's, check him out, subscribe. And until then, everybody have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening, beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are, much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all.
And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? And what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
My strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night,
And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? And what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die.